Rob and Akiva need a podcast.
Yeah, that's right. Rob and Akiva need a podcast, episode number 149 here. Getting ready to play Taskmaster here with a man who can complete many tasks, including tying shoes, unloading the dishwasher, and many more. Dozens more. Here is the host of 3.5 podcasts. Here is the great Akiva Wienerkur.
Yeah, the king of tasks. One at a time, but I could do a lot of different tasks.
Yes. Akiva, how are you?
I'm great. We just recorded another podcast, seemingly minutes
a double header today.
Double header. A two-ender? Is that what they say in the podcast world? Is that a thing? Two-ender?
Yeah.
I think it is. I think a two-ender is two podcasts in one day. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Yeah. We recorded the debut, as they would say in England, where the show comes from, of Nothing But Netflix, and now we're on Rob and Akiva Need a podcast.
Got to talk with Chappelle on the brand new Nothing But Netflix show to talk about the show on Netflix everybody's talking about, Seinfeld.
All the kids raving about it.
Yeah. Talking about the Hamptons with Chappelle on Nothing But Netflix.
Can I actually realize I have a bone to pick with you? I just
please.
So
I like this energy that you're opening the podcast with.
I just realized now that I just made a joke. All the kids were talking about Seinfeld, but there was like a weird viral tweet this week. Like, why is every kid in America watching The Sopranos?
Yeah, and
you tweeted it, and I made a joke. I think I said, "Oh yeah, that's why my kids keep asking my wife to make gabagool for dinner."
Yeah,
and you said I gabagoogled that.
Yeah, you gabagooled.
I know gabagool. I know Sopranos.
Yeah, you do.
Everyone, it's like one of the most famous things from The Sopranos. There's like the guys chasing the other guy, and it's yeah.
Do you agree with that take of like that? Every young person in America is watching Sopranos right now.
Did they define young? Because I don't think like my 7-year-old or your 7-year-old are watching The Sopranos.
I mean, it's from my little bit of research on Twitter, I tweeted that out. Like, is this true? Any young people? Can you confirm this? I did hear some young people said that, but I did not necessarily get that the majority of young people are watching The Sopranos as a pastime.
What have you seen the Many Saints of Newark, the Sopranos prequel movie yet?
I am going to watch it tomorrow night
with your wife.
Yes.
It's a date. Okay,
it's a date. Yeah. Yes. So
to be fair, I did Google how to spell gabagool, but I knew enough to ask the question to Google.
I would think the gabagool very unkosher.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's not kosher.
Yeah,
and also it's like when you Google gabagool, it's mostly Sopranos links. I think that's like a Tony Soprano word for the most part.
To be honest, I don't think I've ever had it or would I want it.
Yeah, a lot of food talk already.
A lot of food talk already. Okay. All right. Well, let's bring in the woman behind Taskmaster, who is bringing us all here together. Please welcome back the great Grace Leeder. Grace, how are you?
I'm good. I feel like I need to there needs to be a caveat of like the creator of Rob as the podcast related Taskmaster. I feel like I didn't create the whole show as much as I wish that I did, but
okay.
Yeah,
that background would be much fancier. It would be like all gold behind Grace.
I didn't know where you were going with that. I thought you wanted to be introduced as the creator of Rob as a podcast.
No, well, I mean, I do feel like I feel like I did
some ownership.
You took it, and there's a lawsuit pending, but that's fine. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Grace, very excited for Taskmaster. We have run more than a few patron Taskmaster games, but I'm excited to see what the RAANAP version looks like.
Yeah, a little different. I think there will be some similarities, and it's not a true adaptation of the TV show Taskmaster. I think that's not entirely possible in this format, but will be very fun. And we have some tasks that I think will be a little different. We gave people a little bit more time than they normally get to complete tasks.
Now, Grace, before we get into mastering the tasks, what have you been up to?
A fair bit. I feel like I've been doing a lot of stuff on post-show recaps. I've been doing a monthly movie review podcast. Maybe we'll talk about the Many Saints of Newark at some point. Yes. So that's been monthly. We talk about 3 movies that came out the month previous. Succession season 3. I'm doing with Josh Whitler.
I heard that. Yes.
Yeah, I'm very excited. We recorded a preview pod that should be out soon. Familiar. I think we're going to do a little bit of a Brant Steele without Brant Steele with the Succession cast in another preview podcast. So that should be fun. And then
When you say Brant Steele without Brant Steele,
the OG format, Rob, where you and Josh would just figure out what would happen. You don't run it through the simulator. Yeah.
We did that on one of ours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, Grace, that I understand that you were watching the Bond movies with Jessica Leese.
Yeah, so like on a podcast, probably last summer, I said I've never seen, not last summer, earlier this year, I said I'd never seen a James Bond movie because I asked the question, what's the thing in pop culture that you know the most about without ever having seen a single episode of it?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. I assumed it was Star Wars for you, Akiva. And so I had said, for me, it might be James Bond. And so then Jessica Leese, who's a big James Bond fan, asked me if I wanted to watch the James Bond movies and talk about them.
Yeah.
So we've been watching a few movies, and we're going to watch the new movie that comes out, and then we might jump back to the beginning.
Akiva, what's your Bond's knowledge?
Zero. I've never seen a single Bond movie.
But I feel like you love Austin Powers.
Yes, I didn't realize when I watched Austin Powers back in the day that it was a Bond knockoff kind of.
I could not believe it, in the first Bond movie I watched, I was like, oh, these are all like the base for Austin Powers jokes, like immediately. Yeah.
We started a rumor that Austin Powers was OG and Bond knocked them off, ripped them off. But I've never seen Bond. I've never seen Star Wars. I've never seen Indiana Jones.
On the
Star
Wars.
Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars.
That's what they call it. Star Wars. Indiana
Wars.
Jones. Indiana Jones. Yeah, so never seen that.
You never saw Indiana Jones?
None of them, no.
Why? Why not?
I just haven't gotten to it yet. I'm sure I'll get there.
Why? Are you afraid that somebody will say that's sci-fi?
Waiting till he's 40.
No, yeah, I'm waiting. Well, what about Rambo? I've never seen Rambo.
You're gonna
That
wait
guy
until you're
who
50?
only watched Rambo?
Yeah. I think you'd like the Indiana Jones movies.
I'm sure I would. I'm sure I'll sit down one day and I'll watch them.
Okay. All right. But let's talk about our task at hand, Grace. Taskmaster.
Yeah.
We're going to have it's a video version of RAANAP. We're going to have 4 contestants who are competing in a game that is part scavenger hunt, part improv, part what else?
Creativity, content creator,
content creation,
content creator today.
Yes.
Influencer. Yeah.
Influencer. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all there. And so, Grace, can you tell us, how does Taskmaster work?
Yeah, so I have come up with a few tasks that the 4 people who are competing will have to compete, and typically they'll be told what to do, and then they'll get a sort of a signature, a way that they have to complete it. So it might be the best thing, or the silliest thing, or the fanciest thing. They have a certain amount of time to complete that task, and then the Taskmasters today, which is different than the normal show, Rob and Akiva, will rank the contestants' performances.
We're the judges.
You're the judges, yeah. On the show, they call you two would be the Taskmasters, but I feel like you don't like that. You feel like I'm the Taskmaster, you're the judge. Yeah. So,
I feel like you're giving them the tasks. We're just judging. It would make sense.
Yeah.
We're the Taskmasters of our domain, which is RAANAP.
Yeah, that's right.
Should have showed Chappelle the contest. Maybe he would have liked that one.
Maybe that's be another episode of the show.
Bubble Boys.
So I have a couple questions, Grace, because I'm not super familiar with Taskmaster.
It is a British show, so it's
yeah. I'm out already. So how many rounds are there going to be? And also, can you explain the scoring system?
I have 5 tasks prepared, and potentially, if we have a tie, I have a tiebreaker. And each round, you will give the person who you believe to have done the best at the task, fits the criteria of the task the best, 4 points, and then you'll give second best 3, 2, and then 1. All their points get added up, and at the end of the show, whoever has the most points is the winner. On the show, they get a bust of the Taskmaster's head. So I don't know if you guys have extra busts of both of your heads lying around that we can give to one of the winners, or we could come up with a differend prize altogether.
We could have made it out of Laffy Taffy back in the day, like a picture of Rob said.
Just like push it together.
Now I think he didn't. I don't think the Laffy Taffy made the trip.
Do we have any sculptors out in the RAANAP audience?
Yeah, I'm sure we have at least a sculptor.
Okay.
Like an aspiring sculptor, maybe.
Aspiring sculptor. Yeah.
You want them to be aspiring? I kind of want it to be good.
Grace, we're seeing what we can get.
Yeah, we're not
right.
exactly offering millions.
Well,
for this
could we have,
sculpture.
if we don't find a real one, we'll go for aspiring.
Aspiring sculptors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So should we meet our panelists here today?
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Grace, we have our 4 panelists here today. We've asked them to turn their cameras off because you had them dressed a specific way, which we have not revealed yet, correct?
I gave them a task before the show
Okay.
even started. I can read off the task if you want, and then as you introduce each of the contestants, they would also be showing you how they completed that task.
I love
Does that
it.
work?
Okay. Grace, what was the first task?
So the task was wear the best costume onto the podcast. You have until the podcast starts. Best costume wins. Your time starts now. I gave this to them a couple of days ago.
Okay. Wear the best costume to the podcast.
Yeah.
Is this an actual task? Will we be ranking the costumes?
For sure. Yeah, I think
Okay,
they would
so
be very
this is round
disappointed if it
one.
was not. This is round one.
The game is afoot.
We're right into it.
right into it.
Wow.
I don't waste time.
The task, your time starts now. That's a big part of the show, Grace.
It's like
Yes.
it's like the way that every task.
Like the
can
tribe
make
has
it-
spoken. Your
Yes.
time starts now. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Good to know.
yeah, they haven't had to change any of the catchphrases on Taskmaster so far. But maybe someday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So first, I'm going to go from left to right here on the panel. Okay. We have here first, back with us for the first time, I think since the Rob and Akiva are master debaters. Our good friend AJ Norris is here. AJ, how are you? Okay, here is AJ, and AJ is sipping on a tropical drink that he's got like a Tommy Bahama shirt, got a straw hat,
White straw hat.
shades, yeah.
Looking very tropical, very comfortable.
Not saying a
White
word.
room. He's very chilled out right now.
Okay.
Yes.
It is still a podcast, but
AJ, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm having fun. I'm glad I'm here, Rob and Akiva, bro. I was here.
Akiva, bro.
Akiva, bro, my guy. I was here on the Schmuck though, Rob. I was the host.
Oh, I forgot. You know what? Time is
Yeah.
a flat circle, AJ.
That's
I'm
true.
sorry about that.
It's fine. It's
that was
fine.
great. Should we do that to people again? Another schmuck where we convince them they're on like a real show, but really we're trying to lose.
Mhm.
We find
See,
more
when I
people-
got the message, I thought that's all y'all were going to do. Trick the
No.
You
host.
thought we were gonna reverse
The
schmuck you?
host.
I don't think so.
I'm always on the edge, baby, but I had to vibe out. I had to chill out.
Mhm. Okay. AJ, what's been going on?
I've been busy with my personal life, but besides that, watching some good Big Brother, watching some good Survivor, just having a good time.
Okay. All right. AJ, are you feeling confident tonight?
No, I never have,
Okay.
and I never will.
Okay. All right. Well, let's welcome in a woman who once upon a time, in the very early days of the podcast, was going to write a fan fiction for Rob and Akiva Need a Podcast. Of course, you can hear her all the time on Krakowski Cast. Please welcome the great Mary Krakowski. Mary, how are you?
All right, hold on. This is going to take some explanation because right now doesn't seem like much. So I'm going to have to. All right, hold on. Now,
Oh, Mary has muted herself.
Mary, you muted yourself.
Okay.
She's
Is
a
this
character
part of
from
the is this part of the
1920s.
bit? Is
She's
this
a character from like the silent era of
silent
TV? and
silent
film.
era? Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. I don't
The
think
Roaring
Mary-
Twenties.
Uh-huh.
Silent Mary. We love it. That's so
Who was
good.
With Typhoon Mary? Was that
Okay.
somebody?
Yeah, Typhoon Mary. Yeah.
Typhoid Mary? No, typhoid. Typhoon or typhoid? Which
Mary,
one?
I think, unfortunately.
Both?
Yeah. Yeah.
Typhoon Mary is like a ride at like like Bush.
But this is
Gardens.
so good. Mary is so committed to the bit of being
well-
a silent movie actress.
The costume of woman who
So
can't figure
good.
out Zoom it's so good.
Yeah,
It's
so
like-
2020. A little bit of a cliche though, right, Grace?
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we will. Mary has dropped off. We'll get her to come back. All right. why don't we then welcome in here, of course, the creator of the Mike White Was Robbed podcast. Naomi Calhoun is here. Naomi, how are you?
Oh my God, I'm great.
Yes.
You know, I'm doing wonderful. I'm feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, and here to take the competition. And I'm a fisherman, but I'm a fish with a PH because I didn't want to spend any money and I went into my boyfriend's wardrobe. So that's my look.
So that is a fish outfit.
Yeah, well, it's a fish shirt. This is, I've been told, a fish thing. The band Fish.
Yes.
And then also, I have a fun hat, and I lost my eye in a boating accident, but we don't like to talk about
She's
it.
got like a pirate eye patch.
A dark turn.
I want to ask I'm trying to think who the youngest. I think AJ is the youngest person on the podcast. AJ, we were talking about this once. Do you have any knowledge or opinion?
Watch Sopranos.
Knowledge or opinion of the band Fish? PHISH.
I never heard them before in my life.
Never heard of them. Okay.
AJ, have you heard of fish food ice cream?
I know what catfish is.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
They're related.
Catfish,
It's the
that would
same
have been a
idea.
good one too, but I don't have cat ears.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Naomi, how are you doing?
I'm great. I have been watching The Sopranos in anticipation of the Many Saints of Newark, and I'm making my way through.
A rewatch or your first watch?
So I watched it first in college, but my boyfriend, Dr. Waffle, has not ever seen it. So we were trying to finish it before the Many Saints of Newark, and we failed. So we still have about 2 seasons to go.
Yeah, you just lop those off. Skip right to the end.
Right.
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
I definitely want my boyfriend to get spoiled on the most infamous ending of a TV show ever before he goes to see the movie. That's a great idea. Yeah.
You should watch it, Many Saints of Newark, first as like reconnaissance to see if it spoils.
I mean, yeah, it's not gonna spoil anything. It's a prequel.
That's true. You know what? I guess I have to watch that movie twice now, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right, Naomi, great to have you here. Let's see, Mary, do we have you back up and running?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We can.
All right. I don't know what I did. I had a long preamble, but anyway, my point is this doesn't look like much yet. But normally this is a costume that I would do with someone else. But since I have no one here with me, I had to let me go get my someone else.
Okay, Mary has gotten up.
She's going to get her someone else.
Walked away.
She's magic.
So yeah, this is me and Jeff Probst. And we're the twins from The Shining, obviously. Which makes a lot of sense. Because since I don't have a real person to do this with me, it's better on camera, people.
Wow.
Yeah, so Jeff Probst, cardboard Jeff Probst wearing a Shining costume.
Which I decided to stretch over the cardboard cutout instead of like somehow securing it to the front, which I think
like
adds, it adds like a little something extra.
He has no arms.
Yeah. Well, there's that part.
All right. Well, job well done, Mary. And then also here with us, of course, you can hear her on many post-show recaps. Here is Latanya Starks. Latanya, how are you?
Hey, everybody.
Yes.
How's it going?
Going great, Latanya.
That's just so special to hear.
Yeah, Latanya, that you are looking like that you are out of Woodstock. Can you answer the question? Is Akiva groovy?
Really just, one of the grooviest cats I've ever met is named Akiva, but that's a different guy. This one, no, I'm just kidding. No, I think Akiva is pretty groovy, and I would know, because I guess I'll give you a bit of the history behind my costume. I am a member of the Manson family that didn't get the memo. So I just thought this was like a free love, like groovy, chill place to hang out and like make necklaces. And like, who doesn't want to hang out on Spawn Ranch and like get some movie history under their belt? But then I found out about this whole Helter Skelter plan like way too late, and didn't know that it involved a race war. So yeah, I'm just kind of like, it took a little bit, but I'm mellow about it now. Like to each their own, and Charlie, you know, he's gone now, so you know you don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Chuck.
Yeah, he didn't like being called Chuck.
No.
Does Latanya get extra points for having like a whole backstory?
Backstory.
Yes. Do you want to explain, since it's a podcast, Rob? Do you want to explain what we have going on?
Yeah, what do we have
Latanya?
here?
Yeah. So it looks like that Latanya is wearing some like hippie garb. I think Latanya could probably better explain.
Latanya, you want to
what you're wearing.
explain to listeners?
Yeah, so because I missed the memo, I'm just like a pretty chill person. You know, I don't believe in mass murder. So
Latanya is wearing a peace necklace.
I'm wearing a peace necklace, which is like very important that you know that I'm wearing this peace necklace, and it's huge because like I need everyone to be like, she's cool. Like, don't arrest her. This one.
Evocative of the power of veto. Yeah.
Right.
I feel like she's like overgeneralizing the past, like making the past, you know, this like the Manson stuff seem a little bit better than it is. I think that could just be because she's wearing rose tinted glasses.
It is a trip to wear these. I'll say, I am wearing rose colored glasses probably for the first time in my life. And I've also got a flower crown, which I worked on with Squeaky. I didn't know she was going to pull that whole thing where she almost shot the president. That was wild.
Wow.
Was Squeaky Lena Dunham?
Yes.
No, that was it was
no, that was
Fanning?
it's gonna bother
Dakota
me so
Fanning.
much.
Yeah, Dakota Fanning.
No, you're right. That was Dakota Fanning.
Rob, you saw that movie?
But yeah,
I saw parts of it on a plane.
Okay, fair enough. Perfect.
Like going in and out of consciousness.
It's really good.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I did steal one of their fringe vests. This is like full fringe here.
Ooh.
I got that from Tex. It's got a place for a giant knife. I don't know. So yeah, I just, you know, like go through life experiencing things and feeling stuff and just like, you know how people say vibe check? I invented that actually in the 70s.
OG vibe check.
Just about every situation or human being that I come into contact with. Because if your aura and my aura don't sync, then I don't even see the purpose of having a conversation. Luckily, everyone's auras here are great. So, you know, just let's rock this
I'm
out,
gonna break the fourth wall in that it's you, Latanya. Is this it is spooky season? Is this a costume that people could pick up like at the store that says Manson family?
No, so I made that part up. I googled hippie costume. And
then found out about the Manson family tangentially.
Just now?
Like, oh, this is crazy.
No,
Latanya went on all week. Like, you guys know about you? How come nobody told me about these people?
I know a shocking amount about true crime things and serial murderers. But that has nothing to do with why we're here today. Thank you for having me on this podcast. I walked here from San Francisco, man, and like,
wow,
I'm just really happy to be like just here to chill with some people. And this AJ guy looks like he knows what's up. So.
I've been knew what's up since I was born, baby.
Cheers.
All right, Grace. So what are we doing here with round number one?
Do we rank them now, or do we like score them at the end? How does
I think you're going to rank them now. Yeah, and I feel like Akiva came into this podcast pretty hot, so it's going to be interesting to see how you two work together during this podcast.
I like all these people. I don't want to like.
No, when you say Akiva came in hot, what do you mean? Like
about my Seeds Baby T-shirt? You're like people are into that.
He was pretty antagonistic at the top of the show to you. He said
with you.
Now you have to work together. So yeah.
Okay. So how are we we're gonna talk this out, or we're both giving rankings?
I mean, you two are the judges. You could either give separate rankings, like and like average those out, or you could both come to an agreement on your ranking.
I think it's probably better podcasting for us to come to an agreement.
I agree.
Yeah. Akiva, did you have any standout one way or another?
Well, at first, like Latanya came on, and I was like, all right, I don't know where this is going, but I like that she really like dove into her character. I like the idea that like for the rest of this game we might be dealing with like a ancillary Manson family person here, like just doing random
that's getting
stuff.
on the out of context.
Yeah.
There's no obvious winner, there's no obvious loser. It's tough.
Yeah.
I think it's close. Like if we were just scoring these all on 1 to 10, I think they'd all be within 1.5 of each other or something.
Yeah.
But that's not how the game is played.
It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
And is Mary being docked any points for her technical difficulties?
It's a good question. It is a good question. This is a podcast. We don't like to edit things. It's you know, I also like AJ is like barely on the show. He's just vibing.
AJ's still in character.
He's still in character. I do like that.
10 out of 10 for vibes.
Do you have? Is there anything top or bottom that you're leaning towards?
Well, I feel like that for me, I think that LaTanya is the standout because of the commitment to the story and the creativity that went into putting this all together. I feel like that either a lot of research was done now or in the past. One way or another.
Those are the two ways.
I'm leaning towards probably that.
Okay, and anybody else? Anybody else near the top?
Yeah.
You know, Mary, I like Mary's commitment. I mean, Mary, did you go out and buy this? Is this just the costume you have, this shiny costume?
I made this. Okay. I had to buy a little
just
girl's
for this?
dress at
you
Walmart.
Made it for this?
And not for this. I made this for a TikTok.
Okay.
And then, I sewed the lace around the bottom. Oh. It was a very intricate outfit.
Yeah, one of the reasons we invited Mary is I think Mary is like famously very into dressing up. I don't know the rest of the tasks, and neither does Rob, but I knew that the first task was a dress-up task. I knew Mary would be game. What do you think about AJ versus Naomi? Do you have any takes there?
Yeah, I just feel like that AJ is just still in character to me.
Yes.
Which
I'm not sure he hears us.
He's deafened the podcast. He's deafened the call.
It's his brain is just straight up playing the sounds of the ocean, like a show.
Maybe a little Beach Boys or something.
I met them.
You met
the Beach Boys.
Yeah. Some cool dudes.
I say LT, MK, AJN, and NC in that order.
Yeah.
What do you think, Rob?
I think that's fair.
So LaTanya with 4 points.
Yeah.
Mary with 3. AJ, I'll give you 2 points if you answer this question. you need to
I'll give you 2 points if you turn to the.
Actually, you only have to answer it by the end of the episode. I want to know what AJ stands for. I don't think I know this. Do you know what AJ stands for, Rob?
No, not off the top of my head.
So like Andrew James, Andre James.
I mean,
Alexander Jonathan.
I don't think
we'll never know.
Answer.
We'll never know.
Do we know? Did AJ mute the podcast?
I think he deadened us. Yeah, I don't think he's with us.
Yeah.
If AJ was smoking a cigar right now, it would be all time. AJ, do you smoke?
I need a refill.
All right. So there we go. So AJ's 2, Naomi's 1, but everyone did a good job.
Okay.
Everyone brought it.
Rob, you concur? Yeah.
It.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I love your fish costume, and I love your Shining costume. Shining is one of my favorite all-time horror movies, and my best friends literally left college for a quarter to follow Fish. So I know way too much about Fish.
When you say Fish, you mean the Grateful Dead, I assume.
No, I mean the band.
Oh, we're back to LaTanya.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
back to LaTanya. Yes.
That's just real.
LaTanya, did your friends come back to school after following Fish for a semester?
Fish
They
go to
did.
school anyway.
Yes.
So.
They did go back to school,
Which
which was very exciting. I was just like, this is unheard of. Graduates of Northwestern University following Fish.
All right. It's hard to follow that.
Yeah, I'll take my glasses off now so that.
Let's talk about round number 2, Grace.
All right. I have a task for them. So now this is sort of where the scavenger hunty type, it works. We're going to give them their task. I'll read it out verbatim, and then they're going to go and try and do their task, and they'll come back and we'll judge.
And we'll hang in the meantime.
We hang.
Yeah.
We banter.
We'll banter.
Yeah.
We'll banter.
So here's task number 2. Create a fancy hat. You have 4 minutes. Fanciest hat wins.
Okay.
Your time starts now.
All right, now please also mute your camera so we don't see you come back into frame.
We'll give you an extra few seconds to.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go. So,
I'm not sure if we've done
Very
this one.
visual
We did this one
episode.
in the patron.
No, I don't think we've done this one on anything.
I like it. Did you
any
come up with these?
Taskmaster.
Grace, you come up with this, or
So
is
it's
this from the show?
I have a long document of different tasks that I've come up with. I believe this is a Sarah Carradine task that was pitched to me when we were doing patron Taskmaster that I thought might be a little tricky for some, but I saved it for a special occasion, like Renee.
Yeah.
Well, special occasion.
Yeah. Akiva, do you have a favorite hat?
Well, I get teased because people say I always wear the same one or two hats. My blue hat that has like the intentional rips over on the top. Mm-hmm. My Jets hat. I'm wearing a different Jets hat tonight. One of the last Jet games I went to, we had like hundreds of dollars of like season ticket holder money. So I just bought like 1 million Jets hats and Jet shirts because otherwise.
When you say we had hundreds of dollars, when you have
my
plenty of money,
my grandfather's season ticket account, they give you like a certain amount of money for food and merch, and they just hadn't used it all year. So when I went to the last game, I just like used it to like buy a lot of shirts for my kids and hats. My daughter, unrelated to that money, my daughter came out yesterday wearing a pink Brett Favre jersey. One of the more unfortunate pink
for
Brett Favre
team?
jersey for the Jets. A Jets pink. Remember they used to have a lot of pink jerseys at the Jet games? I feel like they have less now. But
every team, I think.
A very unfortunate Brett Favre pink jersey.
Rob, I feel like you're not a hat wearer. I feel like
I don't wear a lot of
hats.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. I'm like very self-conscious. And then also my wife says that you don't look good wearing a hat.
I can see how your first point of being self-conscious, it probably is because of the second comment that you made.
Ironically, at RAJP, Rob wears 1 million hats. He's the host.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Question from the group.
Yeah.
How much time do we have left?
You have like 2.5 minutes left.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Time check.
I will say I will be very bad at the costume part, and I would be even worse at Latanya, go back on blocking.
I don't think she has
video.
headphones in.
Okay, it's fine.
Oh, there we go.
She heard.
Great.
I think I'd be very bad at these types of tasks. I'm not good with anything dress up.
This is tough. It's a little bit of like, what do you have already in your house, and then what can you use to fancy
I think
it
if
up?
someone is like a big fan of the show, like maybe Naomi, who's played before, like you might just have a lot of random junk around just in case for this show. I don't know.
Grace, can I get a time check?
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Okay.
So you're saying that Taskmaster rewards a hoarder and really
absolutely
punishes a minimalist.
Absolutely.
I do think so.
You should do this from like, you should really play Taskmaster if you were like one of these guests from like a Walmart, like from a Target or something where you could just
immersion strategy. Just
it's pretty good.
Find the fanciest hat in the store. Yeah,
especially in October, you could really. I'm sure they'd have some fun Halloween stuff.
Yeah. Do they let you take a lot of Zoom calls at Walmart?
I think
do you
they
think that's a good question? Would you be kicked out of a Walmart if you did a full hour and a half podcast? Probably not.
No,
Probably
because
not.
there's all these like TikTokers and like who do these like pranks in like Walmart. I think that you could just.
Do they have a computer section where you could sit and sort of like just for the I don't know.
You definitely might get asked to leave depending on how. I think to record a podcast in Walmart. I bet I don't think it's like allow or not allow. You just go in and start doing it.
Yeah, better to ask forgiveness rather than permission in the podcast.
That's the Walmart credo.
Yeah. Watch for falling podcasts.
Rob, what would you have done if it was your? What costume would you have worn if you had gotten a message? Hey, you have to wear a costume on the podcast.
I don't know. I don't really. I like my kids have a lot of costumes. I, as an adult, do not have a lot of costumes.
I do feel like this task is much harder. The older you are, I think the harder this is.
Yeah, maybe I could have been like some sort of a robot with like a foil.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I feel like that's always a good fallback.
Yeah, we have a lot of like princess stuff here. But I think it would be too small for me.
All right, that's. I have time.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Are all of our panelists back?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yes.
Mary.
Yep.
AJ.
I bet AJ didn't leave the chair.
You're probably right.
Okay.
And
Maybe
Latanya?
yeah.
Yeah, is
See
it
if
time?
AJ, just let us know in the chat if you are back and ready.
I got my refill.
Got it.
All right, perfect.
Okay. All right.
And who's NLT? We heard from LT.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I'm not ready, but I guess we can do it anyway.
Okay. I mean, are you seconds away?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So why don't we go in the reverse order of how we scored last time? We'll go Naomi. Who is Naomi, AJ, Mary, Latanya?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Just remind me that I'm in last place right now, Rob. No big
Okay.
deal.
Well, you have a chance to change things up, Naomi. Let's
All
see what
right.
you got.
Folks, listen. What is fancier than money? So I wrote a check for $4,000 and signed it. It's a blank check.
Here, don't let us see those routing numbers and.
Hold on, I'm writing it down.
Go ahead. I don't actually have $4,000.
Why do you think? So you think you're saying that will bounce? Will that check bounce?
I mean, you would have to cash the check. So
that's true.
no, it might not bounce in like 2 pay periods.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is when I can get it to you.
All right. So let me just describe this for the podcast listeners. Okay.
NASA says I need my space.
I need my space.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Already pretty fancy. NASA, I would say, objectively the fanciest of the government-operated systems.
Department of Transportation.
Yeah. You know, like, is the post office really fancier than NASA?
No, post office not fancy.
But then also, I did sign a.
Do they have hats though?
The post office have hats?
Yeah. Like, what would be
their own hats?
Like, what would be their catchy?
They have a hat.
Yeah, but what does it say?
It's a good question. Go away, dogs, or something.
Go away, dogs.
Bite us.
We deliver. I don't know.
We deliver. Yeah, I think that might be theirs.
Yeah.
What made you choose $4,000?
I thought about what is both a reasonable amount and also an amount that could buy you something fancy, right? Like most fancy things, I would say, you're walking down like Fifth Avenue, right? You look at the store, you're like, if I went in there, I bet you that dress would cost about $2,000. So you can buy yourself 2 fancy dresses with my check. And that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, as someone with plenty of money, 4,000 is fancy.
That's 4,000 is like the least, like it's the lowest amount of money that's still fancy.
Yeah, I agree,
Naomi, can you tell us? Is there a memo on that check?
Yeah, memo is Taskmaster.
Taskmaster. Okay.
One of my favorite Chester bits all time is a guy we knew once started a GoFundMe for the Mets to buy like a hitter at the trade deadline.
Yes,
and it was $2.5 million, and it doesn't like. It was maybe it was a Kickstarter. It was one of those that if you don't raise the money, like it all goes back to everybody. It's not like you have to keep the.
Yeah. It's not like just a genuine scam.
Yeah, and it was like, it got a lot of media attention, but only a couple $1,000s, so it was never going to get $2.5 million. And Chester donated $10,000, which was very funny because it was never going to go there, but it was just like a funny amount to donate.
I do
He's
think
not even a Mets fan.
It was a funny bit.
Great bit. I did think that the check was gonna be made out to cash, which I actually don't think in retrospect is less fancy than a dollar amount.
Right. Objectively, something that is fancy is being given a check for $4,000.
I haven't used
made
a
out
check
to.
I feel attacked,
yourself.
actually.
No, the check it's a blank check. I'll make it out to anybody.
I feel attacked. I feel like Naomi is trying to bribe the judges.
We can be bribed.
I mean, it wasn't made out to us.
Yeah, get the money. Yeah.
All right. So $4,000 check on her
hat.
NASA hat. Check hat.
Okay.
Very fancy.
All right. Let's go to AJ. AJ, show us your fancy hat. Okay.
AJ, wearing the same hat as before.
Hello, I'm back again. Vibing.
Yes. Okay.
Comma, but this is not my fancy hat.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a trick. I tricked you.
Oh, he tricked us.
So I decided to go fancy. And as a black boy who came from a Christian household, I was like, what's fancier than your Easter Sunday hat? Oh my God.
Oh my
God. Wow.
Easter Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you describe that hat?
It is a lot of red with a lot of flowers.
Yeah. It's like a
hat.
red fedora with a bunch of flowers on it. And it's like a red, like Carmen Sandiego type hat, but
Red
with
like my
That is AJ Norris.
I do think if you hadn't have worn your first hat, which I did think that was very funny, I might have thought that you painted this hat. It's similar shape to the previous one.
Yeah. All my hats are like that. If you see in my background.
Okay, what type of flowers are those?
Violets?
Violets.
Peonies?
What? No,
I don't know
I think
flowers.
so.
No.
They're red flowers. I know they're not roses.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's a pretty, that's a classic, like,
I know what they're not. Yeah, that's good.
Yes. All right. Very, very nice Easter hat from AJ.
Amen.
All right. Mary, can we see your fancy hat?
Sure. You know, they had me in the first round, so I felt like I needed to really come back for this one.
Okay. So here's
And
Mary.
I'm muted. All right. So now there's a lot going on. So
let's zoom in on Mary.
Describe this.
Wow.
Okay. So let me scoot back a little so you can get the full effect. So we've got, I took my trucker hat that they gave me for running an ultra marathon. I don't know why they gave me a trucker hat.
That is a flex, Rob.
And we have wrapped around it this scarf. Now I know you guys are not the biggest Harry Potter fans, but in the second movie, there's this creature named Dobby. So Dobby's chilling in the back.
Yep.
And then there's just a variety of Harry Potter Legos all around. We've got Mad Eye Moody and Professor Sprout and Harry and Voldemort and a broomstick and one of the Weasleys. And then this scarf that's around it is actually a scarf that has the words of the Howler that is sent to Ron. So it's just a real Harry Potter themed hat here that we've got going.
How are the Lego minifigures affixed to the hat?
Right. They are affixed via some sort of tape thing that I have that I use to stick posters to the wall. Yeah. And I did sustain a mild injury as I was trying to cut really quickly. So snipped my thumb a little bit, but we're all good.
Bleeding?
No, I think I'm okay. It's not bleeding. There's a little red mark, but we're fine.
Okay.
So there's a lot going on, but I think we can all agree there's nothing fancier than a house elf. So that's why he's on the back.
Can you tell me why Dobby is fancy?
He is British. And they say words like fancy, like I fancy a cup of tea. So
I co-sign. This is legitimate.
A to B makes sense, right?
Perfect.
Well,
And you made this now. This isn't a hat you just had in your closet.
Nope. I made it real quick.
Yeah, you have to say the language was create a fancy hat. And
You definitely create it.
Yeah.
Fancy is debatable. Create, definitely.
Okay. All right. Mary, well done.
It's a hat I would fancy.
Yeah.
right.
Let's see what Latanya has.
Let's see.
Okay.
So I call this hat Brass Monkey.
Yes.
Because it's got camera's weird. It's got a monkey. I'm turning it the wrong way because I don't know what to do with mirrors. Okay, it's got a monkey with a bedazzle in the middle of its head.
Yeah.
And it's got this like brass little necklace around.
Okay.
Like he's got some bling. And just for like the sake of, really doing it up on a Saturday night, I put on some elf ears. Like
elf ears.
Little
okay.
ears here.
Yeah.
So
many elves.
Yeah,
the base
so
of
many
the hat
elves.
Is...
It's a regular winter hat.
Okay.
It's like a pink hat. That is a regular winter hat.
A brass monkey.
Because I have a brass monkey.
Yes.
What do you think about the Beastie Boys song "Brass Monkey"? Rob,
it's fine.
AJ, as the token the youngest person here, any takes on the Beastie Boys?
I know they exist.
Okay, thank you.
Wow.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah. Okay.
What did they say? Brass monkey? That
monkey,
chunky monkey?
I think that funky
it's
monkey.
chunky and funky.
Oh,
yeah.
Both?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
AJ, are you familiar with the Ben & Jerry's flavored Chunky Monkey?
Well, everything comes back to Ben and Jerry's.
Everything is just ice
You want
cream.
some ice cream? Should we give the winner some ice cream?
Yeah.
I would like some.
Yeah, that is a good flavor, by the way. Okay.
So we have our 4 hats, Rob and Akiva. We have a Harry Potter hat. We have a check hat. We have Easter Sunday hat, and we have brass monkey hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is tough again. This is tough. I like the effort put in.
Right. Create a fancy hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will say the instructions are to create a fancy hat, and then it's the fanciest hat wins. Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Well,
So
I think I could take it from here, Grace. The question is that
Fine.
AJ.
Yeah. AJ has the fanciest hat, but he's the only person who didn't create it.
Did you find a hat rather than create a hat?
Oh my
I
god.
created it, baby.
But now,
Wait a second.
that's not fancy.
AJ has ripped the flowers off of the hat.
AJ immediately chose violence.
Yeah,
Just
I see. I
immediately.
think I thought it was like, like, oh, this is somebody's mom's like Easter Sunday hat or something. No, it was a red hat that you in the last 4 minutes attached flowers to.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay,
Wow.
that changes things.
That changes
Okay.
things.
We're bummed.
We just thought you found a hat.
Yeah.
And I think Mary bought that hat. I have to say.
At the Harry Potter store, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yes.
Mary, could you show us the injury you sustained?
Yeah.
You can't really see it on camera. I just no. You can see like a little
Okay.
mark,
Yeah.
but
I hear
mostly
you.
I just
Yeah.
snipped the
Well,
inside of my
Please be
thumb.
careful. Tell
Yeah.
all the
It's
contestants,
okay.
please be
Yeah.
careful.
Imagine if you died and people are like, "What happened to Mary?" We're like, "She died doing RAANAP." And we're like, "Oh, God."
Yeah, but you know.
It's like she died how she wanted to go out on a
Yep.
RAANAP game.
Whatever I have to do to not write that.
If someone's gonna
pamphlet.
die, also, it's got to be on a round. It's got to be on like 150. We can't kill somebody off on 149.
Yeah.
Not a round number.
Yeah.
This is tricky because like Mary maybe put in like the most work, but has the least fancy hat.
It is up to you
Paradox.
how much you want to balance creating
Yeah,
the hat versus
yeah.
whether
Naomi,
it's just
like,
fancy or not.
I
Had
think
one
I'm being
very funny
penalized
idea.
for using a different term fancy, you know?
Mhm.
I don't. Do you think Harry Potter?
I think you fancied a creative hat.
Yes. Exactly.
Do you think like the Queen has ever seen Harry Potter, or read it, or anything like that?
I bet that's
I bet.
what the Queen has heard the most of that she's never watched. Is Harry
That's her
Potter.
thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah,
think she's
that's
ever
her
watched
thing.
anything. You know, the Queen
Yeah.
has never done an interview in her whole life. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Never done one interview.
Never done one interview. She's 98 years old. Has never done an interview.
I'm not surprised.
Do you think
Those
she'll
people
give
don't do
the
any
exclusive to James Corden?
That would be great. Like her
Mhm.
first ever interview is in like his car. They're just
Mhm.
singing. They're just singing Beyonce songs.
Oh
What
my
if people
God.
just haven't asked? Like Rob, have you asked Tiber to
I
just
have
reach
not
out?
reached out,
Like,
yeah.
you know,
150? Should we do 150? Episode 150 with the Queen?
welcome a woman who's royalty.
Yeah, the list of accolades would go on and on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's
Just
ready
like-
to do it. Read it
He's
and
the
then she just waited for
matriarch of a
set it up.
royal family.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what to. Rob, help me out here. I really don't know.
Mhm.
Again, these are all good. There's not an obvious winner. There's definitely no obvious last place.
Mhm.
I also have to like recalibrate what AJ did because I
Yeah.
thought at the beginning like
Yeah.
maybe he
Well-
didn't make it, but everyone made these hats.
Mhm. Well, I have to say that I like what Naomi did with the check. I feel like
Yeah.
that was a real commitment
agree.
to
I agree.
to the bit to write out a check.
Yeah, she's going for first or last with that one also. Yeah, I like that
Mhm.
she wrote $4,000.
Mhm. Yeah.
I like that even on a fake check, 4,000 was the max though.
I know. Why didn't you write more? You're gonna have to.
Well, because there's a part of me that was like, would I genuinely follow through with this, and how much would I follow through for?
Mhm.
And I felt
So
$2,000.
4,000 is the max. Yeah.
4,000
Yeah.
was like, you know what? I could get that back if I like went to the tracks or something. You know?
Wow.
Is that your preferred form of gamble?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I feel
I
like,
like
that Mary and Latanya had a similar approach, but I do like that Latanya added more jewels and bling to the
Mhm.
fancy hat.
Yes.
It's fancy. You know,
This would have really, really scored me some points on the Real Weird Sisters podcast, but that's fine.
If you want me to come on and run Taskmaster there,
When they do
Taskmaster,
before there, I agree.
Yes.
What do you think? And what do you think about AJ now that you realize that he taped those flowers to the? He's still in character.
I
Taped
tied
the
it with
flowers.
yarn,
to the-
sir.
Yarn.
wow.
Did you consider the yarn?
Yeah.
The yarn was
You
the
just
first
have
thing I
yarn.
got.
You just have yarn around.
In that drawer right there.
Okay, the yarn drawer.
Yeah.
Sure.
How many fedoras do you have, AJ?
I have 3.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we won't need to use. Hopefully we'll have max one more hat wearing.
Yeah.
task after this.
Yeah. Okay.
this is tough. This is my favorite part. Is I come and put you and
All right.
two in the hot seat.
Yeah.
You want to go
I-
4 for Naomi?
Yeah, I think I would go give 4 to Naomi
Okay.
for $4,000. And then I think I would go a 3 to Latanya, a 2 to Mary because I feel bad she hurt herself, and then a 1 to
Andy
AJ.
Bo.
AJ? Okay, I
I
think
got
I'm
it
with
with
you. I
Alonzo.
think
Concur.
AJ and Mary are very close for second.
So
Can we
I
give
will.
them each a point? Can we give them each a point and a half?
I will say you can give people the same placement. So like if you thought 2 people won the task, you could give them both 4 points.
I'd say, what about a point and a half each for AJ and Mary?
You're being stingy. Love
Yeah.
I will say.
Well, no,
Black
that's
Mom's
how you
anywhere
do the
disappointed
tie
right
between
now.
2 and 1.
You just give them both 2s.
it. Yeah, you
Mhm.
can just you.
Well,
I
On
mean,
the
but,
show,
yeah,
they would
who
both
do you
get
go?
2s, but this
all right,
is
fine.
not.
Oh, okay, fine. All right,
Akiva,
I'll give
you got
both
you got to have a little bit, more of a backbone here with this judging. This is
Well, I'm
Taskmaster.
saying- well, because I'm
Everybody's
saying-
a grown up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give them both 2s. Because
Okay.
I'm going the
Ron?
other way as you. I'm going.
Now, if you disagreed with me, that's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
different.
I
Okay.
have AJ 2, Mary 1.
You have less compassion for Mary cutting herself.
I think Mary did a great job, but it's not fancy.
Mhm.
Okay, let me propose. So we have Naomi 4, Latanya 3, and both AJ and Mary get 2 points.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Let's go to round 3.
All right.
Moving on.
Moving on. I know it feels. See, I knew it was going to get contentious
They
with
very
having
much do
2
the
judges.
judging. I don't like this judging.
I know. I know. On one of the patron ones, Rob had to rate 5 women in dresses. So
Oh, God.
Yeah. And somebody was
2
everybody-
people were in a wedding dress and 3 were in bridesmaids dress.
What was
And
the
you
wedding
did try to
dress?
you did try to get Anthony to say which one do you like the best. He said they're all fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the question? That question that was like, what would you wear to a wedding?
It was fanciest outfit. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I
Somebody
do
was wearing
fancy
a
a
wedding
lot,
dress.
so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Next task.
Yes.
All right. We would like you to write a love poem. You have 4 minutes. Most
Okay.
beautiful love poem
Oh,
wins.
bless.
Okay.
Oh.
And so you don't need to turn your camera off per
Yeah, you
se,
could-
but
yeah, you
mute your microphones.
Mute your mic, but you could
4
you can stay
minutes. Your
Okay,
time
and
starts.
let me hear
now.
this category again. This is write a
Love
write
poem.
a love poem.
Yeah, most beautiful love poem wins.
Yeah.
Should we
Right.
work on our own while they
Your time
do it?
starts now.
Mhm.
I don't want to give them any hints.
Yeah,
or,
keep
like,
it.
screw
Do
them
you
up.
ever write a poem?
I've not written a poem. I'm
Mhm.
like sort of anti. I'm not a big poetry guy in general.
Yeah.
When you would
Yeah.
get this, I feel like this is what I would do is you just go for the acrostic. That's what you do.
Oh, that's true. But
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
visually, it's hard. It's hard to do it just like without printing it anywhere.
Mhm.
They can hear
Mhm.
us. I think they're muted, but they're probably
Sure.
not deafened.
Mhm.
Can you guys
Sure.
hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
could hear us. So it's like I don't want to give away too much. But
Yeah.
what should we do? Roses are red.
Well,
Violets are blue.
let's not even talk about this because we
Okay,
don't want
fine.
to color the.
That's true.
the
Yeah.
panelists. Yeah.
What else you got going on?
Akiva, did you hear me this week? I was back on the Hollywood Handbook podcast.
Very exciting. I got another shout out, although not by name.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get called Akiva the Coward this time on Hollywood Handbook. He just said like, "Oh, your friend who's very shy."
Yes.
Do you think how do we get Sean on Rob and Akiva? I think we have to get Sean on Rob and Akiva at some point.
Yeah. What do you want Sean to do?
I don't know. We got to think about
Sean
it.
and
What's
Hayes
like-
are the 2 hosts of the Hollywood Handbook podcast,
Mhm.
and I was
And we
on
get
with
Hayes
them
too. I
to
love
talk-
Hayes.
I was on this week to talk about some reality TV pitches.
Yeah, I saw a lot of feedback on Twitter. People saying, "Oh, it was great." People who knew it, or "Hey, I'm going to get into the show."
You have excellent taste in podcasts, Akiva.
That's right.
I love Hollywood Handbook,
and I always promote this one on the show. So sure. Yeah, no, it is great. It's very hard to get people into it. For every 10 people you try and get into it, you'll get one, but it'll become their favorite show. It's hard. It's not even a show you can explain to people like what it's about.
Yeah, it's just like two guys like with a guest, and they're often like improvising like different like pitches and projects that are are.
By the way, they did not make a Cochran because Cochran was an early guest multiple times on their show, and then they would make jokes about he was like the least famous person to ever come on the show. And they did not. I thought maybe you'd get a Cochran reference this week. Did Cochran reach out and say like, "Hey, I saw you were on Hollywood Handbook"?
I've not heard in some time.
You haven't heard
from
Cochran. Yeah, that would be you really took his spot there as the survivor who goes on Hollywood Handbook. I think Tyson would do well on Hollywood Handbook too. They should have him on.
Yeah, I
think Tyson and Sean are always going back and forth on Twitter. I think that would be a good spot.
Yeah. I don't know if Tyson is super familiar with their.
Oh no, format. He isn't. Yeah. He isn't. But I think he'd be a good straight man there. Yeah, but it was great. Yeah, the show that show started off. It was like they played much more characters who were trying to explain Hollywood stuff to people, and now they do like drop the premise, and they're like there's less of a premise than even once existed.
Grace, do you do improv?
I do not really do that much improv. I mean,
I'm surprised.
I do a little bit. I've always kind of wanted to. I always felt like it would be fun, but I've never actually dove into it. I feel like the closest I get is playing Dungeons and Dragons. There's a lot of improv in Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, but that's yeah.
And Grace, you're excited about the Blue Jays?
I'm very excited, but I don't know. 10+. I mean, they play the Orioles the last weekend, so they should win.
Rob and I are just at this point, like I care more about the Yankees losing than the Mets.
Yeah. By the way, the AL East will be settled by the time this podcast goes up.
It will, yes,
barring game 163.
Afternoon.
Yeah,
true. Could be some ties. So yeah, they have 20 seconds, I think, left on the clock for their
20 seconds
love poems.
I think I'd be better at this than the first two tasks, at least. I think I would.
What, you think you have a poem in you?
I think I would have for 4 minutes. Yeah, I think I have a love poem in me. Wow. Watch, Mary's going to write the greatest poem ever written, but it's not going to be a love poem.
Did you want me to make the next task finish the fan fiction? Your time starts now. Did you want me to do that? All right. That's time.
There.
That's time.
Okay.
Pencils down.
All right. This time, yeah, why don't we start with LaTanya and then we'll go AJ, Naomi, Mary.
No, thank you.
Are you passing?
Yeah. No, I can't pass.
Okay.
I'll just read this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Gushy thing. Okay. So the assignment was to write a love poem. The most beautiful one wins, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. No. All right. This is Untitled.
Yes.
Your love is like the ocean, so peaceful and tranquil. Get down on one knee, my darling, and trust me, I will be forever true. Forever your ally, forever your partner in crime. Damn, baby, you've got me so shook, I cannot even rhyme. Be courageous, be respectful, be your beautiful self. Be generous, be mine. You are like no one else. And if I told you that I loved you, would you ever even see how shiny, lovely, beautiful your soul is to me?
Wow.
Wow.
That was
I
very
figured
beautiful.
People were going to come out with like 4 lines tops.
Yeah.
You got like a page out of it.
I do feel like in retro now, I feel like we've started off. It's going to be quite hard to discern. Which one,
like we're judging poetry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we text Steven and see if he's awake?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well done. Usually
LaTanya.
asleep at 4:18 in the afternoon.
LaTanya, if it's okay with you, I'm going to use that in whenever my wife's next birthday and anniversary is, whatever comes first.
Feel free.
Yeah.
It is property of the podcast.
Okay. All right.
Content creators. I told you.
AJ. What drink is that, AJ?
Rum punch.
Whoa.
Ooh,
okay.
Rum punch.
Yes.
Wow.
And my love poem is titled "In Honor of My Drink."
Yeah.
Rum, rum, rum. Oh, how I would run for my rum, rum, rum. Whether a lovely Tuesday morn, whether or not my heart is scorned, I always rely on rum, rum, rum. You help me on my hardest days. You are a treat in Hawaii. Yes, lay. What is love if not you? What is needed is always you. What is life without my rum, rum, rum?
Wow.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Thank you. To my true love.
Yes.
Rum, rum.
Brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah.
Rum, rum,
Yeah.
rum.
Okay.
I love that poem about whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one.
Naomi, do
All in it.
you have a love poem?
I got some stanzas for you. I'm going to read them now.
Ooh, stanzas.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? No, summer sucks. Winter is the best. My love for you burns like the crackling fire on the Yule log TV channel. Safe, high definition, and 24/7. Your smile is as beautiful as the newly fallen snow before it becomes slush on the side of the road. You make me feel as happy as December because that's when Christmas, Hanukkah, and my birthday happens. My love, you are my itchy sweater that softens in the wash over time. Thank you.
Wow.
Wow.
Very much.
My itchy sweater that softens in the wash over time.
Yeah.
Over time.
Yeah, you know how
Wow.
you get a present and
Yeah.
at first you're like, oh my God, I'm not going to wear this.
Yeah.
This is so itchy. But then you wash it a couple of times and you're like, wow, great
Throwing
gift.
some Downy in your
My
Mhm.
mom once made me wear like this sweater that was so itchy that I didn't wear a sweater again for like 10 years. I just thought all sweaters were like evil because it was such an itchy sweater.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Now I'm over it.
Did you
I
wash
could-
it over time?
Yeah.
I mean, I think she probably did. I was like 7, but
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think laundry is on the list of Akiva tasks.
no, I've never done laundry in my life. That is correct.
Never.
No, when I was alone in a hotel for a month, I was like, well, luckily I brought like more underwear than there were days, but like I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to do laundry, but there was no laundry machine, and it was like $11 to do a sock
Mhm.
in that hotel.
But you
I could-
you were in the hotel for a month
Yeah.
and
You
more
brought-
underwear than days.
You
more.
brought
I bought
pairs of
bought
underwear.
packages of underwear. I bought
Okay.
like 30 something underwears and
You bought-
socks.
okay.
It was great.
Wait, you didn't wash the underwear after you took them off the package?
I did. I mean, I was out.
I understand. No, I'm good.
Yeah. Akiva, if you had to, could you run the washing machine?
Here, yeah, I don't know. Like I'd like maybe a little bit of a primer, like what's the
Mhm.
detergent we use and what else. But if I could be taught how to do it once, and then I would probably be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Probably.
Can't even.
Rum. It's still in my head.
Yes.
My sister spent the first year of college just washing everything with fabric softener because she didn't read the label very much. So
Masterful.
Mhm.
Wow.
All right, we're speaking of Mary's sister.
yeah.
We're up to Mary for the poem.
Okay.
This is called A Love Letter for a Modern Era. I smell the autumn leaves and I think of you. I hear the doves sing and I think of you. Though we haven't talked for hours, our hands have yet to touch. I know one thing about you. I miss you very much. Over mountains tall and mighty, beyond the seas that shine, my love for you won't waver or diminish at any time. And though I only know you on the internet, I can promise that I love you, though we have never met.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
That was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
4 lovely poems.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
you
Boy.
have to, parse
So,
and figure out which one.
This is
one the best.
hard.
I know.
Because it's very difficult to discern between nice,
Yeah.
the genuine feeling put into things as opposed to things being funny.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Was most beautiful poem. But humor can be beauty.
Yeah, your beauty's
sure.
literally in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
Literally the most famous thing that Plato said, or somebody, Aristotle, somebody. I think that
That doesn't feel right.
I think I have some takes here. This is really hard.
Yes.
Kids are in the background.
Yes.
That's my nephew.
That's fine. I can't stop thinking about rum, Rob.
Mhm.
Rum,
Yeah,
rum,
that's-
rum,
Beautiful. I'm gonna be thinking about it for days.
Yeah.
I do feel
Mhm.
like, the like standout, like AJ certainly stands out in terms of like being a little bit different. I mean, Naomi also had like the, summer, no. But yeah.
Mhm.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Summer's overrated. That I agree with. As a
I
sweaty
don't know.
guy.
Summer's my aesthetic.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, clearly we see that.
Yeah.
AJ is definitely still in the summer.
So what were your other
Tanya's
takes?
was very
Akiva?
good, but like it's funny because I thought people would do 4 lines. Everyone went much longer than I thought. I think Tanya's was the longest. I don't like. Maybe she had as a disadvantage by going first because I don't remember much from Latanya's.
What was your best line, Latanya? What was the
best
from
line?
your
What was the
poem?
best line? You could read it again if you want.
What was my best line?
All of it was
So hard to
masterful.
choose.
Yeah.
I would have gone. I appreciate all 4 of them because I would have gone with 4 like rose are red, violets are blue, and then I would have just thought of a joke basically. And that there's no way I would have gone to a second verse.
I guess if I told you that I loved you, would you ever even see how shiny, lovely, beautiful your soul is to me?
Beautiful. Yeah.
That is very nice.
It is very beautiful.
What do you think, Rob? Do you have a winner?
No, this is really hard to now pick between. People have poured their
soul
heart
out.
into
We're saying
a poem.
Yeah, your life's
I
work
mean,
is a
we're
1 out
not
of 4.
judging a fancy hat here. Now we're judging.
Yeah. I think I'm learning
The
as-
contents of their
as
body,
coming up with the
soul.
task. I think I would have done just poem because I think they would have been more different.
Mhm.
But this is where
Yeah.
we are.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I
All right,
think
for the
that's
squeak
beautiful
bowl,
poem.
we got a better idea. I don't know. I liked some of Naomi's. It wasn't like really a love poem per se. It was more of a hate poem. Like I hate the summer. It's overrated.
Mhm.
But there were some nice lines in there. The sweater line was nice.
Yeah.
Mary's was nice. I don't know. Should we make our ranking separate and then we'll tell Grace what we did and we'll average it out?
If that's what you want.
I can do
let's
it.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Grace, you talk for a second while Rob and I write down our rankings.
They were all very beautiful poems. I have to
Mhm.
say.
Mhm.
Yeah. But that's how people put their genuine feelings out and then we rank them. But that sort of is also the show. So yeah.
That's the
I mean,
show.
Everybody's art is available for criticism. That's the great thing.
Exactly.
About it, you
Yeah.
know?
It's true.
And as I always say, art is pain.
And I also appreciate everybody writing a poem and then saying it.
Yeah,
'cause,
no, they're
I was a
very
little
good. They're
nervous
very
about,
Oh, Rob, did you do your rankings?
I'm working them out.
You're working them. They're working on them. Yeah.
I have to
Make
say,
yourself
there's something
vulnerable.
very funny about being a Taskmaster fan and not getting the full 5 points, which to me
I
is
know.
like.
Oh, it's usually
I know.
5. We could have had 5 people. I didn't know that.
I said that
You say that, but then we'd be here for like 5 hours.
I know it
so-
would have been much longer.
Mhm.
I think Grace. I think we're doing 5 tasks, right, Grace?
once
5 tasks, 4 people. I think is the right amount.
I feel like you realize that it can't be exactly what the TV show is.
Mhm.
Your life is so much freer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At me on Twitter if you're mad about it. It's fine.
I don't think anyone was bad.
I don't think
You're
so
the
either.
biggest Taskmaster fan I know.
Naomi's
You're
pretty
pretty
big.
big.
Haley's
All
strong.
I'm gonna say is that
Haley
Yeah.
won't
if
complain. about how
AJ
many-
Norris takes one more phone call during this podcast, I'm gonna burn this place to the ground.
Yes.
It's going with
Okay.
his vibe. It's going with his vibe, Latanya.
We all
in
just put in
character.
some serious emotional work,
Yeah.
and you're over
know what he's-
there taking calls.
You know what he's doing? He's probably like calling up a loved one and he's trying to read them love poetry. Like, I just thought of this. They wrote it for you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I'm sure that's what it is.
Yeah, let me spit
Yeah.
this at you.
I was
Rob-
like,
Mhm.
I need more rum.
It's a mercy if you could bring me more rum. please.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm locked in.
All right. I
Hit me with
went
it, Rob.
AJ at
Keep it.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
AJ at 4.
I have Naomi at 3.
Okay.
I have Mary at 2 and Latanya at 1.
Okay. So I had AJ at 4 was the easy one for me.
Okay.
That was the one that was different than everything else. So I went with AJ at 4. And then I just went by who poured their heart out the most, and then went in descending order. I felt like I went Latanya 3, Mary 2, Naomi 1.
Latanya 3,
So,
Mary.
Interestingly enough, that means that AJ gets a full 4 points,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody else is tied. So you could give them 3, 2, or 1 points. It's up to you.
You can't do halves? I would
But
do
they
2.5.
You can certainly do halves, but they all tied, so they all get the same number of points.
2.5. Give them all 2.5 then.
2.5.
Yeah,
You
because 2 is
couldn't
too
pick
many.
between
That's
3,
like
2, and 1.
Well, I am picking between 3, 2. Like, to me, it's like 1 is like a demolition derby, and that
It's
wasn't
fine.
the case.
Rob, we'll give him 2.5. He doesn't know that the points round up. So.
Okay.
What do you mean the points round up?
Let's round up.
Ooh.
You get 3.
All right, fine. So it's 3. 3 is fine with me. It was close. These were close. Latanya
All
definitely
right.
had a disadvantage there going first because I had forgotten it
I
by
agree.
the fourth one. There was so many.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Mhm.
That's fair. AJ gets the full
It's
4
nice
points.
that you
Everybody else
admitted
gets
it, at
3.
least.
It's very nice.
Okay.
I'm going to put 4 minutes on the clock here for the next task. We
How
need
many
you
rounds there? 4 or 5, Grace?
There's
5
2
rounds,
tasks
5
left, so we have 5
2,
rounds.
okay.
Good. Yeah. So have your pen and paper ready. Again, we need you to create a new meme. You need to create a new meme.
Okay.
You have 4 minutes. Most innovative meme wins. Your
right.
time starts now.
All right. And then, yeah, you can, why don't you all mute your cameras also? Okay.
Rob, remember when I created the books as shoes meme and that did not take off, even though it obviously should have?
Yeah, I mean, I told them to have their pen and paper. I guess it also could be, a TikTok. They could do something that's not on pen and paper. They have to write it. They could, do whatever they want. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking very inside the box. When the point of
Yeah.
Taskmasters think outside the box.
Right.
Sometimes.
Then we talked to somebody who was very offended by that idea, right?
Who cares? Someone's offended by everything.
Offended by
Books
Here's
shoes.
the thing. If like 1 million people are offended by what you do, you're probably doing it wrong. If one person is offended that you're walking on a book, you're okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does it depend on what books that you're walking?
Yeah.
on?
Yeah,
Like
we
you-
didn't say walk on a Bible.
We didn't even talk about that last time out. Rob and Akiva got soapy. We had a lot of fun with Jenny Autumn to go through A Week in the Young and the Restless. I felt like that people seemed to really enjoy that one.
Yeah,
It's very nostalgic for. I mean, Jenny was talking about how her mom watched it, and that is my mom's favorite show, and she watches it every day. And so I'm the same way that like I probably know like characters' names or whatever, or recognize people just because it would be on at my mom's house.
Tell your
every
mom to
evening.
tell us. Give us an
Yeah.
update if they ever get to Italy for the wedding.
Do you want me to? Oh, if it hasn't happened yet,
Yes.
okay.
I don't
And
think so, unless we missed it this
We
week.
even had
No, I'm not
one of the RHAP patrons, Victoria, says she is named after Victoria on The Young and the Restless.
Yes, we had 2 people actually say that they were named after. I think there was a Nicholas who tweeted at us also.
Mm-hmm.
2 people named after Young and the Restless characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we couldn't even get one baby named after. Well, I guess we did get a baby Rowan after all, but not from
Not
the
from us.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. We did get someone named their kid Akiva, so that's something. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a middle name.
Oh, middle names don't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Rowan, there's a Rowan out there now.
Yes.
in the world.
Yeah.
Rob, what's my middle name? For all the
Uh,
Tostitos.
what's Akiva's middle name? And this has come up on the podcast before?
Yeah, it's come up. What's a trick question?
Can't say that
I don't
know.
have one. I don't have one. My parents didn't give me
Can
one.
I
They
tell you
didn't
as
want
so when I legally changed my name as a trans
Yes.
changed my name, and my mom had always told this story about how my middle name was supposed to be was going to be Alexander, but that was my uncle's name or my granddad's brother, and so she couldn't name me Alexander. So we named you something. We gave you a different middle name, whatever. And I always kind of liked that as a middle name. So when I changed my name, I went with Alexandra, but that also means that my initials were Gal, and I thought that was funny as well. So I did that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good bit. Committing to
Mhm.
a bit. Yeah, I
Mhm.
thought that was funny. Yeah.
How much time? The time check for
They have a minute. They have a minute.
Okay.
Mhm.
What can we get a scoring update? Actually,
No,
Rob
don't
doesn't like
don't. I
scoring
don't like the
updates.
scoring update.
Yeah.
Why? Because you think it'll impact our
Yeah. Instead, why
Interesting.
don't we talk about coming up in our mailbag today?
Yeah, please.
We are also going to have, we're going to decide what is going to be in the movie commentary bracket. Is that what we're doing?
Well, I think we're going to do the bracket live. We're going to pick the shows, and then we'll go
so
right
we're
into
gonna
the bracket.
put the things in the bracket. We're gonna have maybe 8 seeds, or
I cut it down to 16, and then
16.
we could go from there.
Okay, that'll be good.
You cut it down already? You cut it.
I cut it down because I think it would be too hard to do on the air. If
Okay,
Rob doesn't like, I'll go back through.
No, I just was curious to what we're doing. So you already have made a bracket, and we're going to.
I mean, I didn't seed or anything, but yes, I picked 16
seeds, baby. I thought that's why you're wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
That is why I'm wearing it. It's for seeds. But
all right, that's time.
But, yeah, movie bracket coming up. Grace, you're gonna stay, right?
I'll stay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's then. Latanya went first last time, so let's start with Mary.
Okay.
Mary, let's see that meme. I think we already made the meme. I think it's Jeff Probst wearing the shining dress.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been great.
And what's
Okay.
with his hair? Can we?
He has a wig on.
Can you show us? Can you show us that a little bit closer?
I gotta go get him. Hang on.
Sorry, I don't mean to make you get up, Mary. Yeah, but I'm looking. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Bow in his hair. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine being famous enough that people have like random cardboards of you in their house, and they can do whatever they want to them.
You can make some merch, some Rob and Akiva cardboard cutouts. Yeah.
Nobody wants an Akiva cardboard in their house.
I would get
Unless it's their way to say, like, I'm divorcing you.
I would love to have like a cardboard cutout of all the podcast hosts at my house.
That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like bobbleheads or something, so you could talk as us.
Yeah, if any of the listeners let us know, is there like a service that I can do that where the podcasters can send me like their picture, and then I just am surrounded. That's like my background of the podcast is all of the podcast hosts.
Okay.
What?
It's a tough one. I think it's a tough one.
All right, this is really hard, and I tried. Okay, so my thought is, we all have been loving the new era of Survivor and the Rebus puzzles and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I decided that we should have new Jeff, new long hair Jeff. So a picture of him, which I had to draw, and then like with a Rebus puzzle on it, and so you could just like make your own Rebus puzzle. So it might be it's backwards for you guys.
Hold on, let's go full screen on Mary. Okay, no, it looks good. Okay.
Okay, so it's supposed to be read this way, so the other way. So and then there's
Jeff
minus
the J
minus J, and then
I F you. I F you.
That was the first thing
Mary.
I was trying
we didn't say give us an obscene meme.
I thought
F you.
Okay, no, you have to understand that I was like, what could you use some of the letters in Jeff with?
Yeah.
And so that's what we got. So basically, but the memes, people like to add their own text and stuff. So you get to add your own Rebus puzzle, but the Jeff stays the same.
You always have to use Jeff's name.
You don't always have to use his name. You could use Probst or something else or Survivor guy.
What's the context that you send somebody this picture?
It's kind of like it's like if you're bantering about how like Survivor has the Rebus puzzles and how they're like for children, and you're like, let me think of one that's not for children. But
I F you.
I don't know. Jeff was on the brain. What do you want?
I F you. Does that mean like I'm interested, or like no? I like.
See, my original thought was that I ran out of room, but it was going to be more like I Jeff minus J ing love you.
Yeah.
That's what I really was gonna do, but then I just ran out of space.
You ran out of time. Yeah, space. Yeah.
It took a long time to try and draw Jeff. Okay, you gotta have his necklace.
You have a giant Jeff, and you had to draw Jeff.
Can you hold that up to the screen so that people can screen grab this and then make it an actual meme and then send that to people?
Please,
it's a very good picture on.
Very well done.
Great.
Yes.
Mary has many talents.
Yeah, just coming up with memes isn't one of them.
No, I didn't know you could draw so well.
I'm just a wealth full of fun new things.
Multi-talented.
Yeah.
Okay.
Multifaceted, abnormal.
Okay.
Let's go to Naomi.
Hello, esteemed judges. Today,
you want to turn the video on? Or not yet?
I'm getting there.
Yeah. You don't rush her.
Sorry. So part of the task was innovative, right? And I wanted to innovate on something that I knew. When we think about where memes come from, they're a lot of the times taking from another piece of media or content.
Sure.
And so I was sitting here at my desk with my Sharpie in hand thinking, what could I do that is innovating on what I already know? So then I drew a hand turkey. And I decided to go with a pun that says high five because it's legal in New York. And I don't know. I panicked. But I think that there's a lot of potential within the hand turkey meme subsection.
Yeah. So it's a hand, but that ultimately becomes a turkey. Yeah, it's a turkey, but it looks like a hand.
But then you take that one step further.
And the turkeys get smoking a J.
The turkey's having a great time.
Okay. He's got little turkey legs.
That would probably be like a THC induced what is the word? Like they would sell this kind of turkey at the dispensary before Thanksgiving, I guess.
Okay.
Right.
So if your hand was smoking a joint, the thumb is the mouth.
Yes. If you're trying to visualize this meme, or you can watch it.
The thumb is the mouth of the hand.
Yeah.
Famously.
Famously. Yeah.
I always say it.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so high five.
High
So like
five.
a turkey hand.
But the idea.
What do you think would take off? The turkey hand or like the joint part of it?
Well, I think you want
like just smoking joints. I think it's pretty popular.
Yeah.
Really. You want memes to be accessible to kids too, right? Like all kids do turkey hands, and then they can, I don't know, make it Fortnite.
Yeah, and this is a kid-friendly meme.
Well,
it's
not
just
this
the turkey
one,
doing drugs.
Yeah. Okay.
Turkey hand.
I feel like that. Yeah, I feel like that there was an opportunity to maybe integrate Thanksgiving in there also somehow.
Who doesn't love to get high before Thanksgiving with their family?
I mean,
how else are you gonna, see the family? All right. High five, turkey hands. I think they could catch on. I think both of these so far are going to catch on.
All right, let's see what AJ has for a meme.
Man, aren't I glad y'all said Thanksgiving? So I would like to start off by saying I panicked and I spent a minute and a half spiraling. However, and excuse my drawings. So I have a table and it says the 4 major holidays mascots. You have Santa, you have the Easter Bunny, you have the Leprechaun, and you have Betty White.
Okay.
And Betty White is saying, I am the leader of the pack.
Yes. Oh, wait. So hold on. AJ, keep the picture up. Keep the picture up. Okay. So now, is this because are the 4 major holidays the Golden Girls?
Yes.
That's the meme.
Okay. So Santa, the Easter Bunny,
so
Leprechaun.
So Santa's like the Dorothy. Easter Bunny is like the Blanche. And the Leprechaun is like the what's Estelle Getty? The
Rhoda.
No. Sophia. Yeah, Sophia. And Betty White or Betty White's birthday is the 4th major holiday.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
And what is
the meme that you
I am the leader?
Yeah.
I think it should be like you paste the thing and you have 4 things, but one of them is not like the other.
Okay.
But the one that's not like the other is the best thing.
And are the 3 major holidays, of course, Christmas, Easter, and St. Patrick's Day? Those are the big 3.
Remember when
Easter.
AJ was like, I'm glad you mentioned Thanksgiving, and then didn't mention Thanksgiving in his meme at all.
Skip the big one. New Year's Day and Thanksgiving did not make the cut. That's okay.
Betty White's birthday is in January. So it's
I know, AJ, how would you use this? You said that you would just like insert something in here randomly?
Yes, correct.
It's pretty good. I do think it's like I could see that taking off where you have 4 things and 3 of them are traditional things from that thing, and then the 4th one is like not from that thing at all, but is
or
the
should
best.
It always
and
be
says,
Betty White?
I am the leader.
Yeah,
of the pack.
The leader of the pack.
Correct.
Grace Leeder.
Yeah,
I was panicking.
Okay. All right.
That's great. I mean, yeah, for not doing anything for a minute and a half, that's great.
Okay. All right. And then LaTanya.
Wow. So the task was to create a new meme.
Yes.
And I interpreted that a little bit differently than the other contestants here. So generate is also a synonym for create, right? And so a meme is new as long as the context of it is new.
Sure.
It can be an existing meme.
Yep.
So I used meme generator to create the following meme.
Okay.
That I am posting a link to in the chat.
Okay. All right. So let me see if I can open this in a new window.
Okay, this is very good.
Okay, here, let me see if I can share. Hold on, let me share it with the. Okay, and here we go.
The tiny ones.
Okay.
Oh, that's amazing.
And we have here. Okay, here is the distracted boyfriend here, where the boyfriend is AJ Norris.
Yep.
The girlfriend is this podcast. And then the girl that is distracting the boyfriend is literally anything else.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
I have to say, I think it fits within the definition. I know this is like a
no,
meme.
this is
is making this meme, but I think it fits within making a meme.
She did not invent the meme, but she did nail a version.
And also now Latanya has a baby also here.
Okay.
Hello. Say hi.
Yes. Hello.
This is Gabriel.
Hi, Gabriel.
Shout out to the babies out there.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so we got to do some scoring. All right, so Latanya did the distracted boyfriend meme. AJ went really out there with the the top 4 holidays, the Betty White aspect of it. Naomi's was
high five,
the smoking turkey. And Mary went very inside Survivor with
I effing love you.
I jeffing love you.
I jeffing love you.
This is Jeff minus J.
Jeff, Mary,
ironically,
Drop the
Mary's
J,
was
keep the F.
minus the J, and Naomi's was plus the J.
That's right.
So there's equilibrium. Okay.
This is tough.
All right. I think I'm locked in.
You're locked in? All right.
Yeah.
So do you want? So I'll say mine first. Okay.
Okay. And then so we're not trying to convince each other, or we're just both giving.
We'll average them out. I think we'll average unless you think we should convince each other. We could. You want to argue? Is it a better podcast if we argue?
Well, let me talk through my logic here.
I would love a fight.
Okay. All right. Well, tell me who was your top. Then tell me who was your top one.
I mean, I laughed the hardest at Latanya's. AJ's is like so out there that it's very funny. I like Mary's. It took a while to explain, but I like Mary's. A little visual also. It is a podcast. And Naomi's, I also think like realistically has the best chance of becoming a meme, like the turkey hand thing.
Okay.
So
I think Latanya's elicited the biggest laugh.
Yes.
So
you think that's a 4?
Yeah, I would say I'd give it a 4.
I agree. I give that a 4.
Okay.
I will say that none of these are better than Books of Shoes. Books of Shoes would have gotten 5.
Okay. Then I'd say that 3, I feel like that AJ's drawing, I feel like I could see that with other things. I am now the leader of the pack.
Yeah, it's so random. There's so much randomness in there. I like here's America's 4 major sports. I like football, baseball. Then the third one's already like badminton, and the fourth one is just like Betty White.
The last one is like Quidditch, and it's like the pack, you know.
But it should always be Betty White is the fourth in that meme.
He didn't say that though.
No, you make the fourth one.
Like
whatever you want.
Who says Betty White isn't one of the major sports?
True.
Yeah.
True.
I am the leader of the pack.
Okay. And then I would say that I would give Naomi the 2, and Mary, I don't like the message that she's putting out there to people. That you're gonna have all these people sending I F you to people. That's not
It's a children's show.
Right.
Yeah,
So
that's
then
not right.
the pot smoking turkey gets 2 points.
No, I guess it's not. Technically.
Yeah.
There was a child on the podcast.
Yeah, the true Maddie still listens. She's probably only like 14 now or something.
Now again, maybe you send that to your significant other, and it's like, oh,
yeah, it does have 2. It could go 2 ways. That's true.
Right, because famously all memes are G-rated, so
yeah,
this checks out.
Mm-hmm. But I don't
Akiva,
think
do you agree with
IFU
that?
is a message we want to have affiliate with this podcast, Mary.
You know what? I'm just gonna frame my picture of Jeff, and it's you guys can
I'll
go
be
do whatever
honest,
you
it is
want.
it is an artistic achievement. That picture
It
of
is.
Jeff in under 4 minutes is really good.
Akiva, do you agree? Do you agree? AJ at 3, Naomi 2, Mary 1, or
Yes,
did you
yes, I'm on the same page as Rob. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
lock it in?
so
Mary
Rob,
is going
you
to
don't,
lose it.
You
soon.
don't
I'm learning
want-
so much tonight. You know, Harry Potter's not
Mary
fancy.
is
Rum
on
is
the
more
edge.
beautiful than anything else. Whatever.
Mary, do you need some rum?
Yeah, this
think
is
I
a
do.
children's show.
I'm saying,
Rum,
yeah,
rum, rum.
yeah, keep it PG because otherwise you'll be. Oh wait, I'm
I mean,
sorry.
there's
You
a
got
baby
There
on
are
the
literally
podcast.
children. Yeah.
Oh God, he's
Mhm.
2. He has no idea what anything is yet.
Mm-hmm.
You could say
So,
bad
okay.
words in front of him. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Wait, Rob, you don't want the scores being said now heading into the
Yeah, I think keep it
How
like
about
if somebody's been scoring at home, they know.
Yeah.
But,
Or even
but
if
I
you're
feel
alone.
like it
Wait, I got
makes there
something. I
be
got something.
drama. Yeah.
How about this drama for the audience? I think. Wait. Oh. So you think that it's better if they don't know who's winning in case it's a blowout? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know what the score is, and I feel.
Oh,
like
but how about
if
if you and I take out our headphones for a second and Grace tells the audience the score?
Listen,
Or you
I'll
get
tell you,
that.
it will not be. Yeah, we should keep it.
Okay,
secret.
fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Should this round be double? Is the 5th round worth double?
Grace.
It's
Yeah.
up to you.
Is that not how they do it on Taskmaster? There's no like double Jeopardy.
They don't.
Family
But
Feud and Jeopardy do it that way.
Family
perhaps
Feud
one
does
of the most
triple sometimes.
controversial is when they like let the last round be worth as like infinite. You could get basically infinite points, and people were
Infinity
like,
points. Okay.
broke it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Akiva,
a
don't come in
ridiculous
and
rule.
upset the apple cart. Grace is the
Okay.
system.
Yeah.
All right,
You
Grace,
two
what
are the
is-
Taskmaster, so you know that's
What
how
is
the
the
you know, so-
final task for
Okay.
our 4
Mhm.
champions?
They had time to complete it, so they should have their results already. So
wow.
it's find the best way to spend $100 on the internet. They have until the show, and their time
Okay.
is ended now.
Yes.
So they're going to tell us how they spend. I have to say, I sent them this task, and then
Does anybody
immediately
really need 4 more minutes, perhaps?
two of them then said, "Do I actually have to spend the money?" And then I had a panic attack and had to spend the other two. I was like,
The other
"Please
two
don't
spent
spend
it
any
already.
Do not do that. Yeah.
Like I don't
Okay.
want to. I don't have to owe you $400. So
Yeah.
you know,
We don't want to F you like that. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they all had to find the best way to spend $100 on the internet, and then they'll tell you their results of how to spend
Okay.
that money.
All right.
There might, I don't know, there might need to be some screen sharing, or they could send a.
Okay.
You know, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I should have
Okay.
given you the heads up.
All
on
right.
this, but yeah.
We're
You can also
good to
just
go.
do descriptions, but some of them might
Yeah.
be cooler if seen. I
Okay.
don't know other people's.
All right. Latanya, we're gonna have you start it off.
Okay. I'm gonna describe mine because I think it'll make sense.
Great.
So mine is called a Bond touch bracelet.
Bond touch bracelet.
Yes. And I'm holding up my phone so you can see
Okay. Hold on.
kind
Let's zoom in. Okay.
what they're like.
So this has nothing to do with the Bond movies that
James Bond.
Grace recaps.
No,
Okay.
nothing to do with that.
Okay. So
And
what is
it's also not dirty in any way.
Okay.
So essentially, if you're in, say, a long distance relationship or a relationship with someone you've met on the internet and you haven't met yet, I don't know who that could apply to, but
Like
just
Mary's
saying.
poem.
Right, exactly. For the modern era.
Mhm.
Then you can like purchase these bracelets. You keep one, you give the other to that other person, and then no matter where you are in the world, you're connected to the person that you gave it to. And when you tap the bracelet, it'll send your partner like a touch, like a vibration, or like whatever they send it to, letting them know that you're thinking about them with both light and vibration against their own wrist. So it's like, I'm thinking of you, but I could be a million miles away.
Sure.
but
You guys
still
should, Rob and Akiva,
feel
you should
that.
get them.
Oh,
Each other.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know,
And
especially
it's $100.
yeah, and especially living like living during the pandemic and in a world where like internet, like online dating is the thing that everyone does. There's not a lot of
Not
hapticality
me.
that goes around. Well, not you. Rob.
Mhm.
Some of you are happily married, and good for you.
Well, we're married.
Um,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But other of us are not. And there's not, there hasn't been during the pandemic like a lot of like hapticality, like a lot of touch. And so that can be something that's really meaningful to a relationship.
Sure.
Okay. All right. What's that called? A bond bracelet.
Touch
it's
bracelet?
a bond touch bracelet.
Does it make a
Bracelet.
noise or it's just a light and a
Bond
It
vibration?
lights up and it vibrates against your skin.
In a meeting, I'm giving a presentation, like a spreadsheet. All of a sudden, my bracelet goes off a bunch of times. Like, hold on, guys, my girlfriend's really horny. One second.
Whoa.
Girlfriend.
I don't know.
Like it's a hypothetical here. It's just somebody's in a meeting.
Yes. You should interrupt every meeting you're ever in, Akiva, with hold on a minute. My girlfriend's really
They don't let me in a lot of meetings.
Let's get her on the horn.
Hey, this guy's a closer.
Like,
Oh, I'll buy whatever he's selling.
Yeah, you're raising your hand. You're raising your
Sounds like a cool
hand.
guy.
Apparently, you can send like chat messages through. Apparently, as like maybe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I feel like you could get like an I Jeff minus J.
Yeah, I
you
assume
from
the
your-
children have
was,
left
like-
the podcast at this point,
What
right?
if there
It's
was a
just
phone?
children's podcast,
What if
Mary.
you could, like a device, like a phone, and you could just like send them messages like, "Hey, I'm thinking of you,"
And it would
Pictures
vibrate.
with them. And it
That's fine.
vibrates. Yes. if you're in a
Okay,
meeting.
sure. Could a phone technically solve all of these problems? Yes. But, I'm supposed to find a cool thing for $100.
No, I'm not making fun of the thing. It's funny.
Are
that,
you?
like,
Are you?
I mean,
not making fun of the thing?
I do also see this $108.
There
with
is
the
a person
shipping?
that is $100.
no, she found $100.
What-
So
I'll
yeah.
find
Okay.
it. I'll
All
find
that's
it.
fine. That's fine.
All right.
I do think it's just funny because I
Black
feel like
Friday's
this
coming
would have
up.
been like
Yeah.
the most popular thing in like 1999 if technology existed,
True.
Mhm.
right? Like everyone would have had them. It's like
What are you
it's like a
saying about?
it's like a tech spin on a friendship bracelet. I like it.
Yeah. But I mean,
Okay.
just because you don't enjoy like knowing that other people are thinking of you
Yeah.
doesn't mean that we're all made of stone, Akiva.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Like I 100%. I feel like Akiva, if you get one, you come to Akiva, it's like, "Where's your bond price?" I was like, "That thing was really annoying. I took it off." Like,
How about this, Grace? What was the? They were supposed to find something for $100 that
it's
what
the
was their
best use of $100.
best use of it. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I mean, I have a backup option, but it's supposed to be
No,
a
that's good.
family
No, no,
show.
that's good. That's good.
Because I told Grace my backup option actually,
Yeah, it's true.
which was just to send you all to the legal dispensary that is available in Illinois,
Mhm.
so you can pick out all kinds of like chocolate bars and goodies that are just
Mhm.
THC.
Wow.
Yeah.
And some are heart shaped, I'm sure.
Yeah.
How do they feel about turkeys?
Oh, they're not there at the turkeys yet, but like I feel like you could get in on the ground floor of it, and they
Mhm.
all love these bracelets. They just
Mhm.
feel really good on the skin,
Okay.
Rob, if we got these, would you wear one?
Me and you send you messages like maybe like during the Jet game. I'd be like,
There's no real there's no way to like type a message, right? It's just lighting up, Latanya, right? There's no
I think I confused. I think you can like do it on your phone, but that's the same as having
a phone.
That's like
But yeah, so I think it vibrates and lights up.
Taskmaster's
Mhm.
consistent with an opinion here.
Okay, Rob, is everything okay? My bracelet hasn't lit up in like 3 days.
Mhm.
And also,
So-
what if it lights up but
busy.
you're asleep or something where you miss it, you know?
Well, Akiva, what if you were sleeping through a podcast? Then you could potentially be woken up. And
That's a good point.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, do you have to
Um,
get 3 for your like each of your hosts? You'll get
What if you
Yeah.
got them mixed up?
Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. Is that
Oh
like,
my
like
gosh.
Rob's wearing Rob's whole hand is just
Yeah,
like,
if you're
is
just
that
covered
Chappelle?
in
Is
this
that
kind of
Winkler? I
bling,
can't tell.
then
Yeah.
yeah, if you're just covered in these things, I
Yeah.
can't vouch for you.
Yeah.
I can
But,
only say what I
honestly, I would love that really because it's like instead of like having like I have to think of like the right thing to text back, like somebody like got me like I was just like got you back, like thinking of you.
it's like a Facebook poke.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
it's like a live poke. That
Okay.
didn't sound right. Sorry.
Now,
Like
Tanya,
fun.
what if I learned Morse code? Could I send the message that way?
Ooh.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that, and I don't think the makers of this product have either.
Okay.
But that would be great. And
Yeah.
if the other person knew Morse code too, I'm sure it lets you like tap in quick succession. So
Mhm.
Imagine the other person not knowing Morse code. You're like,
yeah,
dang, Rob.
seriously, imagine it being 2021 and you don't know Morse code.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Embarrassing.
Like, who
All
are
right,
you?
very fun. Who should we go
This
to
episode
next?
of Rob and Akiva podcast is sponsored by the Bond bracelet. How many times have you been in a meeting when you're about to give a presentation and you get interrupted by a text from your girlfriend saying, "Hey,
You up?
Okay.
Yeah, this
All
is
right.
for men with horny women. everywhere.
Okay. All right. AJ.
Yes.
Hello.
If you're not watching, you didn't see that pose. We're not insane. We didn't just start laughing at a random point in time. There's a
$100.
whole pose.
I hope they all chose Bond bracelets.
Mhm.
So apparently, I did not understand the assignment. Because I have a
Yes.
list of stuff that totals up to
You have a shopping
$100.
list.
Correct.
All right. What's in your cart, AJ?
Perfect.
Okay, so I went on an emotional adventure roller coaster trying to figure out how do I spend $100, as I have never had $100 before in my life. So first I was like, let me go to Fiverr, see what they have going on over there.
Yes, you can get 20 things at Fiverr.
Exactly.
Now he said Fiverr, not Pfizer, in case his audio is not.
Listen, I will happily go to Pfizer.
Okay.
I already went to Pfizer.
Mhm.
So first thing I saw was a personal shopper for $15, and this person was like, listen, I will pick out 5 outfits in your style for you. And I was like, bet, baby boy. I will happily do that. I like to look fly, obviously. So getting more outfits in my wardrobe, bet. Next thing I saw was someone for $5 was like, I will get you anything from Greece. And I was like, home skillet? I love that. So I went to a
Greece?
Greece. Yes.
The country,
The
not the
musical
not
country.
like
Oh,
yeah,
we're going with the
Country,
movie last
correct.
week. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the word.
So I went to a jewelry store in Greece.
like not like a T-Birds jacket.
No. And I was like, what in this jewelry store is worth $5? So I found a $3,000 pair of earrings. And I was like, ooh, they have to keep their commitment. They're rated 5 stars. I will happily give them 1. So hopefully they will give me $1,000 earrings and I will resell it and make a profit, at least $6. Then
Wait, do you think the personal shopper's gonna buy your stuff for you?
correct.
Mhm. Okay.
So that was $5. So next, there was an artist being like, I will paint a picture for a canvas picture for $10. And I was like, look at my wall. It's white, baby. Let's add some color, something.
Yeah. Oh, that would be
beautiful.
great. I would love that. Could they
Yes.
could they I commission a painting of all of the podcasters for my studio?
Is it one picture or is it like a million different ones?
Yeah.
So the $10 option was 1, and I didn't have a lot of money.
Mhm.
So happily, I am a broke boy. So the next thing I did was,
Are you spending this money? Did you actually buy these things?
I'm a broke boy. No, I did not.
Okay, fine.
You're a boat boy?
Broke.
A broke boy.
Broke boy.
Yes, I'm a broke boy.
You're a boy.
So then I wanted to be like, I would like to be better than everybody else on this podcast. So someone said they will plant 3 trees in a village in India in my name. So I was
Wow.
like, you know what? Let me be a good person and not even put it in my name. Put it in the name of RHAP, free advertisement in India for those 3 trees.
Wow.
Mhm. Will there be a sign on the trees?
It will just be a picture of your face with the bell, and your face
Okay.
is the bell.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you at? How much money are you at this point?
$25, $30, $40. I spent $40 so far.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Wow.
So then I had a crisis. I mentally broke down. I was like, I don't know what else to get. And I was like, wait, hold up, pause. This is not my money. So let me just buy stuff that I would never buy. So I went back to my childhood and I was like, I am going to buy the Shirley Temple Little Darling Collection box set.
The Shirley Temple
Yes.
Little Darling
Yes.
box set.
Yes, correct.
What
For
does that
1938
entail?
With shipping. 18 movies of Little Shirley Temple.
AJ, do you watch a lot of Shirley Temple movies?
I've never seen it before, so I was like, why not? This is not my money.
They're so good.
Shirley Temple is the thing he knows the most about without
Yeah,
ever having seen it.
why did you want this?
Because it's been haunting my dreams since I was a child. And I was like, let me get you out of my dreams. Let me watch these movies. You know,
And how much did
animal
that go
crackers
for,
in my
AJ?
soup, monkeys and rabbits. We so
Yeah, Yeah, how much did it cost to box that?
I found it on Amazon for $19.38.
Wow, her legacy.
Yes, correct.
Here, let me
AJ,
see. Okay.
I think I'm willing to buy you for real. Box that. If you really want it.
Yeah,
Are they on
here.
DVD though? Like what?
Here, well, here I have a commercial for the Shirley Temple Little Darling collection.
From Baby Take a Bow to Curly Top and Heidi, America's favorite little darling, Shirley Temple has been entertaining us for generations. And now, through this exclusive TV offer, you can experience the most comprehensive DVD collection of one of the brightest stars in film history. But you haven't seen Shirley until you've seen her brilliantly restored in black and white and in color.
Wow.
You have
You think you
it.
have to add Shirley
that one
Temple
is
to
right.
real?
White.
I think you need to bring AJ.
That one
watching
is
Shirley
right.
Temple.
Shirley Temple movies are amazing, and we don't talk about it enough as a society.
Yeah.
Understood. I would like to know about it. I need to watch it.
I don't think you're done. I think you're like $20 left too. This is incredible.
Correct.
We're gonna
Everyone's
drink
just gonna-
Shirley Temples.
Yeah.
Just like tweet right now, cash at me so I can get my dream.
Mhm.
Shirley.
Akiva, would you drink a Shirley Temple?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. It's not yucky
No
juice.
question. Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, and also that there's a dirty Shirley, and do you know what that entails?
Tell me.
Rum.
No, you are.
I love this so much with all my heart. So the next thing I bought, I was like,
There's more.
$20 left.
That's
yes,
like the commercial for the Shirley Temple DVDs. Wait, there's more.
there is more. So I was like, what is something I see on TV all the time that I never heard of in real life? And that was people buying each other stars and naming the star after a person. So I said, online, $18.95. I will buy a star in my dog's name. Where'd my dog go? He left. So in his name, I bought a star, and it will be the flyest star in the world. So
Okay.
next I start to cry.
What's your dog's name?
His name
Shirley
is Gucci.
Temple. Hmm.
The dog's name is Ducci.
Gucci.
Gucci.
Yeah.
Nice.
So then, like, art imitates life, correct? So I recently watched a TV show called The Squid Games, and I was like, oh my God, I am a broke boy. They will be picking me up. So I need to learn how to poke those cookies out with those holes. So I bought sewing needles for $2.79 and a stainless steel ladle for $8 so I can cook those cookies and pop them out so that way I can survive the Squid Games.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Now, most of us, yeah, all right.
And
Haven't seen
then
it.
I was
Most
like,
of us.
why put myself through that trouble? So I decided to buy fake money for $5.99. So when
Fake
they
money?
come out, yes, fake money. So they
So you're gonna become a counterfeiter.
Yeah.
It says fake money on the money, comma, but I hope
You're
they
gonna
don't look-
trade real money for fake money.
I'm a hustler.
Mhm.
Well, I believe they're doing the hustling.
So I'm gonna be
Wow.
like balling, like, look, I got money. I don't need to go to the Squid Games, and then I'll live.
How
And-
much fake money are you buying for $5.99?
I think it was like about like $400 in all.
All
$20.
right, that's a
Oh,
decent. That's
okay.
how much I would want about that much fake money for.
Yes. and then I had $4.89
I
left.
didn't know if it was like a
Or-
1-for-1 thing that you could only buy like one
Mhm.
fake dollar with a
Yeah.
dollar.
No.
That's how much money I'd want fake money. Like you've given this thought.
I've given it a lot of thought, baby.
Mhm.
I had basically a week.
Yeah,
Are
because
we
done, AJ, or are we at,
in
like-
fake money would be fancy.
Yeah.
Are we at like $80 still, or are we
I have
done?
Yeah.
$4.89 left, and I decided to buy a
Perfect.
beach ball.
A
Beach ball.
It
Okay.
goes to my aesthetic.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'm done.
AJ, all right. Well done with that shopping list. That's going to be
Mhm.
hard to beat. All right. Naomi, what about you?
I'm about to drop a link in the chat.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
here.
you, Grace, didn't specify $100 US. You
True.
just said $100.
Mm.
True.
Okay.
And maybe that was intentional or an accident. I made Akiva's giraffe an NFT, and it is 100 Ethereum. Now, maybe this is because I accidentally put 100 into the price, and I couldn't change it after the fact, and couldn't make it what would be the equivalent of 100
Okay.
US dollars.
So
Or-
100 Ethereum,
Which is-
if by my
It's actually a lot of
calculations,
money.
Yeah, is what Ethereum is what, like $3,000 right now?
Yeah, it's $343,000 for my
Yeah,
giraffe.
so I had Googled how much ETH is $100, and it's 0.28. So I might go back if anybody does want to buy this and readjust this posting. But you can buy the NFT of Akiva's beautiful giraffe drawing for $100.
That says I'm a giraffe.
Giraffe is spelt wrong.
I didn't.
Grace,
I
you
spelled it
can't
right.
criticize
I spelled it
art.
right.
Yeah.
I spelled it right, I think.
To be fair, I was doing this about 20 minutes before this podcast while also doing my laundry. But yeah, giraffe.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm a giraffe.
NFT.
Yeah, I think you should cut it to $100. I don't think it's going to go for $343,000.
Right.
I mean,
no,
you never
I
know.
understand.
You never know.
I need to adjust, but I didn't have the time. But
Imagine how many $4,000 checks should be walking around if she sells this for $100.
Keep it for a minute. I think keep it up there for to see if anybody bites.
I mean, wait till the podcast drops. You never know. We might have
but I will
some
say,
benefactors.
part of this task was on the internet. Now you can't get this in real life. It's an NFT. It's all digital, baby. So that was my thinking: is you can't get it anywhere else but online.
Okay. All right,
Rob. Should we get more into the NFT game now?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but
like if there's a legendary moment, like you have a great joke, or I fall over laughing at my own joke.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we sell that on the internet?
I mean, sure.
Are we leaving money on the table? People are asking.
Are they asking that?
No, but they could, in theory, ask that question.
Yeah. How do we make it a good podcast? That I couldn't tell you.
No, it's not a podcast. This is a side hustle.
Let's talk offline.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
we'll circle back on this.
Last but not least, we got Frail Mary. Needs a 4. Okay. Been doing great today. Some bad luck for Frail.
How you doing, Mary?
I don't even know. I mean, we've got to compete with NFTs of giraffes and all the stuff on AJ's list and a Bond bracelet. So we got hard competition here. But
this, Mary.
Mary's gonna knock this out of the park.
I wanted to go with something that meant a lot to me, and there's a couple things that were from my childhood that reminded me of this. The first is, and I've mentioned this somewhere, but who can remember where? The biggest thing I've ever wanted sent to me is a bra filled with potatoes. Now let me explain.
Okay.
So, there was a thing I was watching once, like a special features on a DVD where my favorite actors in a movie were asked a question, which was like, what's the weirdest thing you've ever had sent to you by a fan? And they said a bra filled with potatoes. And I was like, that would be so funny if someone ever sent that to me, because like they would know and I would know, and that would be great. I also remember as a child that my mom told me that if you put a stamp on pretty much anything, that it can be sent, right? Now, you cannot, unfortunately, buy bra with potatoes as a package deal already on the internet. So I went for the next best thing. And that is, let me just drop this link in the chat here.
Okay.
Potatoparcel.com, great place here. And if you go to potatoparcel.com and you scroll down to the bottom, somewhere, let me find it. The Forever Tato, which is currently on sale for $74.99. Yes, and in the Forever Tato. Okay, there we go. We got potatoparcel.com open.
I think this is as seen on News AF story.
Yeah. It might be, but the Forever Tato is even more interesting. So the idea here with potato parcels that you can write a message on a potato or whatever, but on the left there, the one with the girl's face on it right there, the Forever Tato is the most expensive item they have, usually retailing for $89.99 US, but it's currently on sale for $74.99.
What a deal.
And this is, so not only do you send someone a potato with a picture or a message on it, but it says, finally, the potato that will live forever. We will take image, message, customizations on your potato and then cast it permanently in epoxy resin. It is then sanded and polished for a perfect work of art. And so that is sent to someone, and it, it's such a conversation piece that when you have guests over, it makes a great centerpiece on your mantle, kitchen, counter, dinner table, office, or desk, or anywhere. Yeah. And if you buy a potato from them, they will send a potato to someone in need, which is also great. And
just one
potato
because of your savings here, you can also buy another item on their site, such as the original potato postcard or the Potato Pal custom face socks, glitter bomb, lots of things. But I think really here we want to keep it simple, keep it to one site, and I think that Forever Tato is really where we're going.
Mary, what is the image that you would have uploaded and affixed to the potato, put in Lucite?
I think that I want to remember.
Yeah,
it would either be a bra, or to remember this podcast, it would be my drawing of Jeff that has just been crapped all over. Yeah. So it might be that. But just something that I think I can look at, and like they said, a great conversation starter. Someone walks over and they go, "Huh, now is that a potato in that cube of resin?" And the answer is yes, it is.
Yeah.
Now this is $75. You could still send someone like a bra with it. Maybe we could get Brian Cohen on the hopper.
Yeah,
and he could find us one for under $25.
So this DVD commentary that you were watching, where somebody got a bra filled with the potatoes, was it? Were they like? Was it a bra filled with like tiny potatoes, or was it like were each potato so large that it fit the bra?
I think the idea there is it's two potatoes, one per bra vessel.
Mm-hmm.
They're called cups.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was too PG-13.
Yeah, this
is
a
podcast.
I mean, it's clothing.
Can you imagine being the poor person who receives a potato, just like a single potato in the mail? Because
it's like, why are you sending me this? Why did you give me this?
It says that they donate a potato to a person in need. I don't know what that.
Where's my potato at?
Means.
Yeah, it sounds like they just send people a potato.
What if it's like an intern? They're in like some metropolitan area, and it's just an intern with a sack of potatoes handing out potatoes to people who are less fortunate.
That's for every Lucite potato they've sold. So they might have only given out like 3 potatoes.
Sure. I'm pretty sure that the 1999 potato postcard also delivers a potato to a person in need as well. And as they say, way more fun than greeting cards or flowers. So
Akiva, how would you react if somebody sent you a potato?
Is there a bra involved or no? I think I'd be honored to get anyone's potato, but I think this company, who knows? This company might be up to more nefarious things.
They say on their website that the reaction is 100% laughter or confusion guaranteed. So,
hey, I believe that.
That's kind of like that should be the slogan of RAANAP.
That's a good one. Let's steal that from the potato people.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got AJ's Megillah on Fiverr. We have Naomi's
NFT
of the giraffe.
Bond bracelet and the potato.
The bond bracelet and the potato.
The potato.
Yeah.
What do we think? Like AJ did so much, but did he follow the rules, Grace, as the boss here?
I don't think he broke any rule.
Yeah.
Find the best way to spend $100 on the internet.
Yeah.
Best use of $100
AJ
wins.
Definitely did, but was that the best use of the $100?
Right.
I mean,
depends what your childhood fantasy was.
So much bang for his buck. Got even if you didn't like one thing, you got 20 different things there.
Yeah.
I just have to say that also, speaking of best thing, I mean, isn't this podcast the best thing? Like, and therefore supporting me would be supporting.
Yes, I listen. Yes. If someone, I mean, are you going to give us a piece this $373,000? Someone? That's a good question. Like, is it even your art? Is it yours to sell?
However, you stole Akiva's drawing and are trying to make $300,000 on it.
I'm calling the police.
If any RAANAP listener is conned into spending that much money on this, I'll give it all to you guys.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Me too.
Minus 4K.
Yeah.
$4,000.
And so like, I feel like the question was, what is the best way to spend $100 on the internet? I don't even know. Even if Akiva's NFT cost $100, I don't know if that would be the best use of $100 to buy Akiva's NFT.
Well, if I'm getting the money, I would probably choose that.
And now Akiva, people are still able to look at your picture even if somebody buys the NFT.
Yeah, the NFT isn't like only. It's not like the Shirley thing where like only he can listen to the album. It's,
right.
You know, anybody can look at it, but only one person can own that picture.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like what would be the more thoughtful gesture, to get the Bond bracelet from LaTanya or to get a potato from Mary?
I mean, who said that anything about this had to be thoughtful?
It didn't have to be thoughtful. What would Nicole be? What would Nicole like of these four? She wouldn't want the giraffe of me, especially finding out you spent $400,000 on it.
The giraffe of me.
Yeah, she would not want the NFT. I definitely don't think she wants the Shirley Temple box set. She likes potatoes.
I think the bracelet she'd like.
Yeah. You know, maybe if it was like potatoes in a bra, I think that she might actually say, okay, well, this is like practical.
She might say, whose bra is this?
I think it would be a new one. I don't think I'd get a used one.
You've already been caught with underwear, and had to explain some underwear stuff before. So
Well, just to set up that story, that my wife found a pair of underwear in my office one time. It got very angry with me and was very accusatory for several weeks until she realized that it was her own.
It was hers.
Yeah.
This is tough. This is a tough one because the assignment is like a little tricky. The best use of $100, like the potato is so stupid, but it's like funny.
But I feel like the potato will last a lifetime, Akiva.
It's a forever tato.
It's a forever tato.
It's a forever tato.
I mean, do you think NFTs are going out of style? Will we remember that in 6 months?
I'm going to the moon.
I don't know.
I'm going to the moon.
To the moon. Mary, they call it the forever tato. Have you ever heard a potato shortened to a tato?
It should be the forever tater, I think.
Yeah, I use tato sometimes. I've
You
talked
do?
about this bra filled with tatoes so often that it comes up. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not going to say.
Okay.
All right. AJ's got a lot of things. What's the highlight of AJ's $100 there? The Shirley Temple was a big one.
I mean, he's got
something from Greece.
The trees.
The personal shopper is a stretch that AJ assumes they will buy all the things he wants to
buy the things. Like
It says it on their thingy. I will give them 1 star if they do not.
So you're holding them hostage to spend thousands of dollars on you, basically.
I'll be the first person.
Yeah. Okay.
LaTanya's, I think, is the most practical. Like, you're not going to lose with LaTanya's, I feel like, you know?
Yeah.
It's not a huge swing, but it's like, it's like, all right, anybody would take that. You could give it to a friend. You could give it to a loved one.
But that's a big commitment. Like if somebody doesn't reciprocate the relationship like you do, and now they have to wear this vibrating bracelet all the time.
One day you get it back in the mail, like, oh shoot, it's
yeah.
over.
What if someone like doesn't buzz you back? They ghost you with the buzz.
Like buzz me up.
Have you been ghosting me, honey? And it's like,
if it's like a couple, one of them travels a lot. You know what I mean? It could be for people who like work long
overseas.
shifts.
You think like, is it go through the internet? How does it work?
You probably gotta be connected to Wi-Fi.
I think it just, if you're connected to Wi-Fi, it'll work wherever you are.
All right, I think I'm locked in.
Okay.
Oh,
I have no clue here. I am really
all right.
So tell me what you're locked in about. We could all.
You tell me, and I feel like if Akiva objects.
All right. I'm gonna go that Sally. I have to give one to Naomi because I don't even think that the Akiva NFT cost $100. That it costs $300,000.
When I go and repost it, it'll cost $100.
Yeah,
I do like the idea.
Yeah,
very clever.
100 Ethereum.
And so this might be the best way to make $100, but I don't know if this was the best way to spend $100.
Maybe one of your fans will feel differently.
Perhaps.
I hope so.
Yes. Okay. All right. I feel second, AJ had a lot of ideas. a lot of stuff out there.
Mhm.
I don't know if there was one focus. I like the Fiverr
I think AJ
stuff.
killed it. I think AJ killed it, honestly.
The Shirley, I still don't understand why he wants the Shirley Temple box set. I mean, I think
You
I
like Shirley?
Like,
yeah.
Well,
I
I
think I
haven't
would.
seen
Shirley
it. I don't
Temple
know
is
if I like
amazing.
it yet.
Is the reason.
Yeah.
Like
Latanya
people
says
don't
I
know.
like it.
Yeah,
I think I would buy
it's
an
great.
Akiva NFT before I bought another DVD in my life.
I agree. If someone sent me DVDs at this point, I'm tossing them.
Yeah. Okay. And then I feel like I would say do the Bond bracelet from Latanya
three?
at 3.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Mary has the one thing that is like there could be, nuclear war. And I think that the Forever Tata is still standing. It's forever
And if it's
Tato.
not, we got our money back then.
Yeah.
I would go AJ 4, Mary 3, Latanya 2, Naomi 1.
Can you repeat that?
I'd say AJ, Mary, Latanya, Naomi. And it's pretty close between Mary and Latanya, honestly. But people don't like when I give halves.
If we average out your scores, that puts a lot of they all tied. Basically.
They all died
Mhm.
Yeah.
at 3. So give them all 3 each.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 1 point to Naomi.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Everyone did a really
Good with
good
that?
job, honestly. These were all pretty close. It wasn't like there were some like destruction rounds. where-
Okay.
All right.
Now,
if we have
Grace,
no
do you-
objections to the average, then that's.
I have a feeling I know who won.
Okay. All right. Write it down. All right.
Ooh.
All right. Grace, do you have the totals tabulated?
No, I've been keeping track. Just kidding.
Okay.
I
Okay.
have the winner.
Oh,
All right. So, all right, Grace, do you want to, I'll give you a drum roll. Do you want to give us the 4th place finisher?
Okay.
Okay. Does anybody on the panel have anything they want to say before the final results are revealed?
Cheers to us all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rum.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Grace, the 4th place finisher.
Naomi. 4th place.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
I will
All right.
keep this $4,000 check for myself.
All right. The 3rd place finisher.
Mary.
Mary. Okay. And the winner, we're going to get the winner right now of RAANAP Taskmaster.
Good Seacrest.
Latanya Starks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
AJ comes in second.
Everyone was great.
Excited.
Everyone was great. I think they brought what we were expecting. I loved it would have been fun.
They brought not what I was expecting.
I agree.
Latanya
things I
staying
was
in
not
character
expecting.
as like Squeaky Fromm or like a fake Squeaky Fromm the whole time would have been pretty funny.
I thought about it, but that can get like grating.
Yeah, it could have gotten confusing also. Is this
Mhm.
Latanya speaking or is this the fake?
Yeah,
That
the
was
love
great.
poem would have been very different if it was like Squeaky Fromm.
I have to say, it was a bit of a blow in the sense that Latanya needed to get disqualified for anybody else to win.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Latanya
Rob
had
was
that line.
entirely right to not reveal.
Yeah.
the score.
I like winning.
I like knowing the score though when I'm listening to a game. I like
I know.
knowing. The
Yeah.
You ever watch these old games, Rob, on like ESPN Classic or whatever? They would show like on baseball or the NFL, like you watch the '86 World Series stuff with the Mets. They never show the score. You have to like come back from commercial to see the score. Now it's
Mhm.
permanently on the screen. Back in the day, you had to like pray to find out the score of a game, and it wasn't like you could Google it or anything because there was no Google.
Mhm.
That was very fun, Rob. That game. What do you think? I
I loved
enjoyed
it. I thought it was.
That
I
was
thought it was
very
great.
fun.
I think
Right.
that
Grace, you crushed
the
it. You
listeners are
crushed
going to
it.
really enjoy it, and I hope they watch the video.
Mhm. Yeah, you may need to watch
Yeah.
the video for this one. I mean, at this point,
You
if you
watch the
haven't,
video.
you're very late. You're 2 hours late.
Yeah, go back and
We watched
if
it.
you only listen to the audio, go back and watch the video.
Mhm. At least
Yeah.
give us a click.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
We still have a lot to do
Lot to do.
in the mailbag, and anybody from the panel is welcome to stay. But just in case, why don't we let the panelists tell us about what they have going on outside of Taskmaster? Latanya, anything you want the listeners to know about?
So I can't specifically say what these projects are yet,
Mhm.
but If you enjoy post-show recaps, and who
Yes.
doesn't,
Yes.
I would say in the month of October, near the later part of October, maybe in accordance with some release schedules for some things.
Okay.
Just, I'm doing a podcast with 2 other people who are mostly RAANAP people. And then I'm doing a different podcast with Josh Wigler. It's just going to be me and him talking about a show that may or may not be coming back from the dead.
Okay.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Okay. So follow LaTanya for updates on all that.
Yeah, and follow me at LK Starks on Twitter. I think I'm a quality follow, but that's just my humble opinion. So I want you all to follow to find out.
You've seen what she comes up with on short notice.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
imagine when she has unlimited time on social
Imagine when
media.
she's got drafts to spit things out.
Yeah. Okay. Congratulations on the win, LaTanya. AJ, where can people keep up with you?
You can keep up with me on Twitter at the Kid Norris. I'll
The
post
Kid
whenever I'm
Norris.
doing something.
Yes. Okay. Great Twitter handle.
Thank you.
Yes. And AJ, what else do you have coming up?
Nothing on the docket right now, but if something comes up, you'll find out on my Twitter.
Okay. Are you still doing a lot of Clubhouse, AJ?
It was like, I'm back on. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, AJ, great job all around.
Thank you.
Naomi, where can people keep up with you?
I'm on Twitter, ignoring my real job at Naomi Calhoun. But I'll plug 2 things. One, I worked on a television show called Level Playing Field that's on HBO.
Wow.
That is
Amazing.
really good.
What's it about?
It is about inequality in sports and about, different situations like women's basketball and the college athletes and lots of interesting topics. It's on HBO. Great show. I worked on it. It finally came out. And I actually really like it. I work on a lot of stuff I don't like, so I'm very glad that this is actually good. But also, I am over at the Live Reality Games Network covering Survivor New York, as always. So check that out and listen to Mike White Was Robbed. If you have an idea for Mike White Was Robbed, an infuriating Survivor take, you can DM me on Twitter. I'm always open.
Okay. Naomi, great job. And of course, as Akiva always says, it's not TV, it's HBO.
That one.
If it doesn't have that before it, I don't care,
Yeah. Well,
Is
great
that the
job.
noise? It's a ha?
I don't know.
I think
Rob,
it was
can you
a pretty accurate
do
noise.
that noise?
Like a TV turning on. Yeah. It's like a hum. Okay. And then Frail Mary
Yes.
did a great job here today.
Yeah.
The IFU meme is going to be everywhere.
It's going to be great. I think we're going to find out that the real winner is whichever meme we start actually seeing.
Yes. Yes.
So-
The people will decide.
Yeah,
Mary,
people will
now,
decide that one.
you mentioned on this very podcast that you were doing the Shining Twins bit for TikTok.
Yes, I have a TikTok of the Shining Twins, which I believe is on my TikTok and my Instagram. They're both Frail Mary, so feel free to just look those up.
Yes. Mary, I didn't even know that you were on TikTok.
I think you did. I mean, you are following me on TikTok.
I didn't see. Is it new? Is it new? That I
No, it's from like a year ago. I just haven't done anything recently.
Anything
so,
recent.
I gotta get back in the game.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, I did. Yeah, I did follow you because I said, that I can't wait to see what Frail Mary is
Rob-
doing. And then you mentioned
Right.
it.
I do think there's a difference between like being on TikTok and then being on TikTok. you
Right,
know?
right.
Yeah.
I have an account. Am I
Uh-huh.
prominent? No.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe
Okay.
I'll be inspired now. though.
Really
I haven't
wild
looked at
that
this video.
she's out there running these ultra marathons, Rob.
Yep.
Does your dad ever joggle during one of these ultra marathons?
Yeah, it's how he got his 50-mile world record.
Yes.
From
Mary,
running.
and I thought of you this week when I was watching Survivor, and one of the survivors said that that playing Survivor was like juggling chainsaws, and I was wondering. I said, I wonder if Mary's dad ever did that.
Oh, I mean, yeah, just like that's a typical Tuesday for him.
Mhm.
No, definitely not. No
Not yet.
chainsaws in his life, but he is in a juggling club, so anyway. Yeah, but you know, check out the old TikTok at Frail Mary, or check out like anything more recent at Frail Mary on everything else. And you know, always check out that Krakowski cast nonsense. I think we might have broken Kirsten, so she will be. You know, I did look up for the best way to spend $100 if there was any kind of like, you know, GoFundMe or whatever to like stop Riverdale from making another season, anything like that. But there wasn't. So unfortunately, we're in it here for the long haul.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, good luck with everything. Hopefully you can win her back over.
Yeah, it's a major hostage situation at the moment, but
okay. And then Grace, I know you're sticking around for the mailbag, but just in case anybody doesn't make it all the way to the end of the podcast, where can people keep up with you, Grace?
I'm on Twitter at Hi From Grace. I think I plugged enough of my things earlier. I will plug one additional one that I think if you listen to this, you might enjoy, which is on Fridays. Haley Strong and I are on Haley's Twitch, twitch.tv/Haley Strong, where we review the latest episode of Taskmaster. So you should come check us out. We typically talk for like 30-40 minutes. It's called Your Time Starts Now. Akiva, it's the catchphrase from the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we're going to end the YouTube portion of this podcast. But when we come back on the audio version of the podcast, we're going to be back with this week's mailbag, going through a bunch of ideas and talking through our commentary bracket. So stay tuned for that. So we'll be right back after this.